7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savatgy syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. Wait for it. Thick and slick. Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show. I am your host, Travis. This is episode number 208, the Southwick wrap-up show. We are back in studio this week, me and my co-host, Justin.
What's up, buddy?
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Is it?
It's fantastic. We are sweating balls.
It's pretty warm out today.
I'm sorry, man. I had to work, and so I was coding, and I didn't get the door shut until about 2:30.
Oh, no, it's fine, man. I just hadn't been outside all day, and then I walked outside. I was like, ooh.
It was pretty nice.
Like
It's been nice in the morning. It was nice yesterday morning. It was nice this morning. But, yeah, it's definitely a little hot and humid. But, I mean, if you hear some background noise, sorry. We got fans going.
Yeah.
We have air conditioning units going. We are trying not to die of heat stroke here. So, anyway, let's get into this. Episode number 208. Want to thank our sponsors first up. So, show presented by Energy Fuel. Best fucking drink out there. Keep yourself fueled, energized, and strong from start to finish. Pick yours up today at CoachRobStore.com. Also presenting the show, Premier Custom Trailers. If you need a trailer, commercial or residential, Premier Custom Trailers has what you need. They work with the best manufacturers in the industry and specialize in all your trailer needs. Sales, service, parts, or rentals, they do it all. PremierCustomTrailers.com, located 5 minutes south of Kalamazoo on US 131 in Schoolcraft, Michigan. They put the custom in customer service. And also our final presenting sponsor, been with us forever, TLR Coatings, Michigan's #1 custom powder coating shop. From two-tone wheels to motorcycle frames to small batch production jobs, TLR Coatings will powder coat anything metal the right way. If you're looking for some custom Cerakoting, they do that too. TLR Coatings, serving Southwest Michigan and the surrounding areas for over 5 years. Check them out at tlrcoatings.com or on all the major social media networks at TLR Coatings. Also on board with us here, we have Alias Sport, Dirt Bike Depot, JT Cycle, Adept Creative Co, Gutter Works, Holster Co, Isaac Nelson Design, and Clutch Media. Links and discounts in the description down below. If you want to pick up some merch, like a Moto Aftermath Show shirt or a Dylan Danger Zone shirt, as seen on the Weed Show, as seen at Redbud National, as will be seen at the Ironman National, as will probably be seen at MXoN. There it is. I still need to get one sent to Isaac. I think he's a large. I probably sent him that one. There are merch links for all that stuff down in the description down below. There's Amazon links. There's Patreon links. Thanks to Kurtis Hodges, our one and only Patreon. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Every single month.
Thank you.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on the show wherever you're listening to it at. Full stack show coming up here. We're going to review Southwick. We've got a Holster Co reload rant. We're going to talk some World Supercross. We're going to talk some MXoN. We're gonna have Chris Cooksey on here.
Every time Chris is on anything, just shit explodes.
Shit explodes. And then we're going to have Kevin Moranz on to talk about his day yesterday, which looked like it didn't start well.
It was that second moto, though, was a lot better than it had been all year so far.
Did you see his qualifying?
I did. Dude, he wasn't the only one, man. There was a lot of dudes. Him, Eric.
49th.
Henry Miller did. Something happened to Henry Miller. Like I said, it was a bad day for quite a few people. Jace Kessler got in through the qualifying, though.
He did.
That was cool.
Grandal didn't get in, though.
No, he didn't. Like I said, Henry Miller didn't either, so it was a weird LCQ.
Yep. So, all right. So let's start, because we can talk some World Supercross and stuff with Cooksey and them. So just one thing I want to talk about really quick, because I went back. We obviously did the show last week, immediately following the National, walking around the pits. So there was one thing I mentioned in the show that we didn't have. I didn't really see on TV. I saw it.
Oh boy!
Here you go. And that was the Barsha Dungey thing in the second moto. Barsha whipped it over T2, the crossover tabletop, the tabletop under the big flag, whatever you guys want to talk about. And basically whipped it, almost hit Dungey's front wheel, made Dungey jump off the side essentially, and I was like, oof, sketchy move. But to be really honest with you, Dungey was sketchy for the next lap and a half.
Yeah, apparently.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch the broadcast. I watched clips and stuff.
Yeah.
Back and forth. This week was super busy at work, so when I would get home, I would watch 10, 15 minutes of the race, and then I would just go to sleep.
I got sick on Tuesday, so I watched the race Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
But I didn't see that. But I do. I did know that something had happened because everybody was covering that. I guess during Justin's podium speech.
Yeah.
After the second moto, they were just screaming FJB, FJB, and I'm just like, oh god, this just brings me back to just like anytime Justin did anything or like anytime a French like. What was that one year that they were streaming? What was it at Porcel on the podium when Cooper was up there and he did the cigarette thing and they were so like it just brings back. I was like, oh Jesus.
No, but didn't you see the thing where Weege was like, listen to that crowd, and they were literally saying fuck Joe Biden because that was hilarious.
Oh Jesus.
I mean, it was very clear.
Look, dude. Barsha doesn't give a shit. We know that this is just who he's been his entire career, and I mean, even like this goes back to even when like people were pissed at him for the Mookie thing back at the last race in Supercross.
Yeah,
like everybody yelling at he just doesn't care. Like
no, but what I'm saying is, I'm not 100% set anymore that it was Barsha.
Yeah,
like Barsha whipped it and he shouldn't have. Okay,
yeah.
that was apparent.
I mean, he did to Ken Roczen back in 2014 Supercross.
Yeah, but. Then Dungey comes around and he hits T3 and he hit that corner so hard he bounced off the wall and like, dude, shot right.
I mean,
off of T3 and then he jumped Larocco's and that was, I mean, dude, there were like 3 or 4 sketchy moments all within a lap that I was like, holy shit. And it was Dunge. It was not.
Well, Dunge and Ando had some like back and forth going on in the second moto as well. Even like another sketchy moment, it would have been Ando's fault. Remember I told you that like Dunge hucked the leap and Ando checked up and
that was
he crossed
part of it.
over to the left.
That was
like,
part of it.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
Dude,
and
I'm telling you, Dungey was on the edge, like sketchy there for that lap. Like
he was sketchy yesterday too.
I mean, if you go back and watch from that point, so Barsha crosses him up there, he almost jumps off. Goes through the rollers. I don't remember if anything happened in the rollers, but I think that was okay. Hits the outside of the corner going into T3 right next to Larocco's and literally bounces off that wall and just bounces hard right. So much so that he's on the bike like this trying to keep it straight and not go under because there was somebody else right behind him and he almost jumped like and got landed on by him because of how hard he hit that wall. Like, I don't know, Dunn just pushing the edge, and we'll talk about this a little bit with his bike at Southwick too. The bike doesn't look good.
Well, then I'll wait to give my comments about that when we talk about Dunge for Southwick, because like I have a theory on that. I mean, you don't even really need to call it a theory because I think a lot of people probably think the same thing.
Yeah.
But I have an idea of what's going on with Dungey as to why this is happening. So I'll wait until we talk about him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Also, from one other thing from Redbud, because we talked about Hunter Lawrence getting dropped. Apparently, that first moto, and I'm sure you've heard this, he thought his motor was going also, so that's part of the reason. But
maybe,
yeah, we'll
get into that too, because something's going on.
We got a lot to talk about with my best friend Hunter Lawrence there. For those of you who haven't checked it out, go check out our Instagram. I've got the video up of me and him chatting about trucks.
There's a lot to talk about in this review. I mean, a lot of people would probably think, oh, it's like Southwick and it can get boring because it's so rough on the bike. But there was like a lot of stuff going on yesterday that if you wanted to dissect each little thing. So yeah, I mean, I think we got a lot to talk about. Even though you would look at like the winners went 1-1 both motos.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like subplots going on.
Yeah. And we can get into it here. So let's get into it. So our 450 Southwick review brought to you by our friends at JT Cycle, serving Battle Creek, Michigan for over 30 years. Stopping to check out their full selection of Beta, Gas, Husky, Suzuki, and now Kawasaki.
Really?
Motorcycles. They picked up the Kawasaki deal from Custom Connections or whatever. So they apparently bought that off them or something. Anyway, and Power Sports products. If you need something for around the house to help keep things nice and trimmed up, they have that too with a full lineup of Echo, Aaron's, Gravely, and Simplicity. Visit jtcycle.com or follow them on Instagram at jtcyclebc. All right, 450 review. We're down to a 2-horse race.
I told you this was going to happen. I mean, not that you had disagreed with me.
No.
But I told you this was going to happen.
2-horse race, and
I don't.
So Tomac did Tomac things yesterday. Dude.
I think after Washougal, it's not even going to be a 2-horse race anymore.
I
hate to break it to everyone.
Fucking good yesterday, though.
Here's the thing, though. Should we even really be, like, shocked? I mean, every time we watch Eli do this, it's amazing to watch him ride. The edge that he pushes on with how much energy he uses on the bike, even when he's hopping, skipping over, because he goes back and forth. There's times where he, like, preserves energy, where he'll do, like, hurling shit, and he'll preload and bounce over a couple braking bumps or whatever.
Is that like hot girl shit? Or?
Yeah, whatever. But then he still slams into corners, G's out, he's banging through, braking bumps or whatever. But it's like it shouldn't really be a shock because like this is what Eli does when he's at the top of his game, and he's obviously you and me have talked off air many times how much fun he's having right now. We're not the only ones to say that.
I mean, did you watch his interview yesterday after the second
I've never
moto?
seen Eli this relaxed.
Oh yeah,
ever. Like he legitimately looks like he's having fun.
I mean, dude, he literally openly said like my legs are fucking shot, which is wild to hear coming from him.
Yeah, you keep saying it's a 2-horse race, and I know the points would say that, but I think after Washougal, it's not going to be a 2-horse race anymore. Chase did the one thing, is not doing what I said he needed to do. He needed to split wins, and he's not going to.
Okay, but fair. Eli had a stellar day at Redbud. Okay, we all saw that. There was literally next to no question yesterday with him and Chase.
But I mean, look what he did the second Moto High Point, though. This goes back to the second Moto High Point. He's won 5 motos in a row.
But here's what I'm more impressed with, though. Chase yesterday did exactly what he needed to do. He knew he wasn't going to be Eli in the sand. He's openly admitted he's not the best sand rider. He's working on it, but he's not the best. He comes out yesterday, and he goes... I mean, that second moto, I was like, oh, boy, this isn't good because he's not going to even get second. And then he turned it on and got to where he needed to be. Which gives me confidence because, okay, Eli is very good at the next 2 tracks, at Millville and at Washougal.
Washougal, I can tell you that it's almost going to be the exact same thing at Southwick.
We all know this.
Millville, he has a better possibility, but still, I don't see it.
But I give Chase, where going into Southwick, I gave Chase 0% chance he beat Eli, period.
Yep.
He at least has a chance at the last 6 here.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, man. I don't think he has a chance in hell at Washougal. I think he has a slight chance at Millville. I think he has no chance at Washougal. I think Unadilla, Kenny goes out and goes 1-1 because once again, kind of like with Southwick, the last couple of years, what would say otherwise? So now you're looking at like, okay, Chase has to be Eli, but if Eli goes and gets 2-2, Chase goes 3-3, okay, that's another 4 points. And then, like I said, yeah, you go to the last 4. And outside of Paula, though, the 2, Budds Creek and Crawfordsville, it's a toss-up. But then you start looking at it and you go, Eli's also had really good success at Budds Creek and Crawfordsville.
Budds Creek is a toss-up. You go to Ironman, it's somewhat a toss-up.
If it's hot,
but it's a home track for Chase.
But I will say this, though, if it's hot like it was last year, Chase has no chance. I think Eli right now. This Eli.
You don't think so, dude? Chase
no,
is
I don't think. I don't think Chase is.
Moto.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with Chase getting tired.
Oh.
I think it has everything to do with the fact that Eli is going to go in and go, well, dude, I know that I'm going to be able to sprint early at the motos, and I'm not going to fade. So if he keeps ripping hole shots like he has been, it's not going to matter. Chase has now the last couple since that second moto High Point, it has taken him 15 minutes to get going.
Yeah,
I
will agree. Chase is going to have to figure out how to start and run with Eli for the first 15 minutes.
And dude, and you know this is coming from a person who is very critical of Eli over the years. I'm sorry, as much as I would love to say it, just for the fact of parity, I don't think Chase has a shot in hell. I think this Eli right now, I think the only dude in the world that beats this Eli is Jeffrey Hurlings.
He's got to be within 10 points going into the last round.
But I don't think he can be.
If he's not within 10 points, then yeah, it's over. But if he's within 10 points, it's going to be an interesting final round because Chase is very good at Paula.
He is, but here's the thing though: is if you spot Eli these next 4 motos, even if you win 1 out of the next 4, you're down double digits already because Eli's down 1 point. So so if he goes next 4, it's 12. That's 12 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So he's down 9 points.
If he can figure out a way to win 1 out of the 4, then it's 9. And then if he can split motos with him, the rest, which I don't think is all hypothetical bullshit.
But see, it is hypothetical because this is racing. But we also have a good understanding of how these guys historically do at each one of these tracks.
Here's the crazy thing: either one of them at some point can have a fucking weirdo moto here. Because let's face it,
I think Chase is more likely.
We all know they both can have weirdo motos. All it takes, apparently, is for Tomac Shock to be slightly lower in one moto, and he could get an 8th, and then we're fucking like really in it here.
But here's my question to you: what's the likelihood of having a weirdo moto?
I don't
at this
know.
Point? I think it's Chase.
It's very low with either one of them at this point.
I mean, Eli's won the last 5 motos in a row, though.
Eli has won the last 5.
and he's been pretty fucking convincing. And once again,
Chase
this is a very
Chase has been off the podium 1 out of 12, and it was a 4th.
You are very correct. But dating back to Hangtown, Eli has been better.
Is this changing our perspective on Chase Sexton though?
No, you mean as far as like can he put it together for a whole while? We're only at the
I know
halfway
we're only
point.
halfway.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Outdoors, at least, because Supercross is still yet to be seen. But once again, though, this is coming from a guy. Everybody who watches this show, everybody who knows me in the moto circle knows how critical of I am of Eli. But you also have to think that is saying something when I'm right now telling you.
I know.
There's no
Oh,
fucking.
I know.
I don't give Chase a shot in hell. Because, like I said, I
So
think
your percentage pie for Chase is 0 at winning this title, or
I think it's 5%.
okay. All right,
Because what I've seen from Eli the last 5 motos, like I said, the only dude right now that I'd be confident, and maybe Tim Geiser on his best. So I give 2 people. I give Timmy G and Hurlings. Chase Sexton, there's the last 5 motos. There's nothing that I've seen that would say otherwise. He has not been.
You're way over the fence. I'm a 60-40 with Eli right now.
I just don't see it. I just do not see it because historically, when Eli rides like this, he doesn't get beat over here in this series. Mm-hmm. And like I said, the last time we've seen him ride like this was 2017, 2018, and 2019. And guess what? He won all 3 of those titles.
It's hard to. It's like I said. I give Eli an edge, and it's a 20% edge at this point. But I'm still 60-40.
And here's
now we go the next 4, and he wins, and Sexton can't even go. Say 2-2. That's going to start to dwindle more and more. But right now I'm still 60-40.
And here's my question to you: you got to think mentally. Say Eli does win these next 4 motos in a row too, so that would be 9 motos in a row.
Yeah.
Chase, we know, is a confident kid. He has every right to be. His talent is through the roof. But at some point, I don't care how fucking talented you are and how comfortable and confident you are in your program.
You got to win.
You get beat
something,
9 motos in a row. Your confidence that shakes anyone.
But then we got a couple weeks off.
But still, though, you got to
Gives
think
you time
he's
to reset.
You got to still think though going in. I just got smoked 9, and don't fucking kid yourself. He's gotten whooped the last 5 motos. It's not been close. And I know you could say, "Oh, he was coming through the pack." Doesn't fucking matter.
There is a thing with Sexton though. There is I see a little bit of that not will to win, but that want to win.
Yeah, no,
a la Ricky and stuff. Like there's a seriousness with him that's slightly different than almost everyone else I see in the and a seriousness with the ability to back it up and actually win motos, because obviously we've seen okay, Anderson's won a moto and shit like that, but it's like it's different. Okay,
like I said, I get what you're saying, but at some point, if you get beaten 9 motos in a row, and not only just get beat, you get beat handily, your confidence
it
gets
gets
shaken.
We look kind of dumb because we went through Paula and we were like, this won't last, and here we are going into round 7, and he's still got the red plate.
He does.
I mean, it's by the hair of his teeth, the skin of his teeth, but he's still got the red plate.
He does.
In all fairness,
He does, but you can go on the flip side and think about if Eli just has a normal weekend at Paula. Chase isn't even close to being the points leader right now.
Yeah.
So it's not taking anything away from Chase, but it's kind of like what I said after, I think it was High Point. You start looking down what's going down the pike, and I'm sorry, like, Eli's going to have a 9-10-point gap by the time we go off a shoot. I don't see how...
He could.
I don't see how Chase beats him. I just don't, because Chase, like I said, Eli right now is firing on all cylinders. He's having fun. We know his cardio is never an issue. The bike is dialed in. His starts are fucking solid. And the only thing you can say that Chase has is the cardio. Because earlier it was like, oh, we know that his sprints, like we know his speed is good enough.
Yeah.
Now I question if his speed is even good enough to run with Eli.
Yeah, Eli's definitely come on.
I don't.
We'll see.
I just don't see it. I just don't. We were shaping up to have this great all the way down to Paula, and I think we might leave Washougal and go, it's over with. It's over with.
We could. Here, look, I'm going to say this because I saw this. Jace from Gypsy posted a clip of Daniel Blair the other day on Instagram, and I'm just going to say this. These guys got to enjoy this because once Jett gets there, they're all fucking screwed anyway.
See, I disagree
We'll
with
talk
that.
about that in
Yeah,
the
I still
here.
totally disagree with that. I do, because, like I said, I mean...
No, we're going to...
I just disagree with that because...
No, save it. Save it, because I'm going to go on a Jett rant here.
And here's the one thing I'll say, because I can say this because we're still talking about 450s. Everybody keeps talking about how Eli might not ride outdoors next year. You know what? Eli might say, Jett's moving up to the 450 class next year. Okay.
Maybe I need to come show this kid I was.
I need to put the kid in his place
before I retire.
Do you see what I'm saying though? Like, I don't know if Eli thinks like that, but it might be a motivational thing where he goes, "Kid's coming up. Maybe I need to put the kid in his place before I set off into the sunset with however many fucking titles he's going to end with when he retires."
Yeah. All right, moving on. So we have a Plessenger sighting, 7-3 for third.
Yeah, man, and it was not look like it was going to be a good day for AP.
Jay Dungey lit a fire under his ass.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, this is... We talked about Aaron with how up and down his season started and what is KTM the right fit for him, and this has been the talk since the beginning of the year. But I do think it's a hopeful thing because we finally seen what he could do when he's feeling it. Mm-hmm. Because I keep going back to, there's no reason to believe that if AP is not 100%, that he can't do what he was doing at Star.
Yeah.
Because last year he was top 3 in points at one point before he got hurt. Mm-hmm. You know, but I still don't think KTM is the right place for a guy like Aaron Plessenger.
I don't think so either.
I just don't. I don't agree with the fit.
And as Roger DeCoster says, he is lacking the confidence, and he needs to pick up his confidence.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing: he got on the box. He got a podium in a moto before fucking Dungey did. So,
thank God.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Kenny goes 6-4.
Fade was on again. I mean,
poor Kenny.
I don't fucking know, dude. Like, I don't even, here, this is going to sound really bad because we're such Kenny fans over here. I don't even fucking care if he gets a start anymore. It doesn't matter.
No.
I really don't give a shit. Like, oh, cool.
If he gets a start and he doesn't have at least 20 seconds on him by halfway, he's getting passed.
And like I said, outside of Unadilla, which I still believe that he goes 1-1 at Unadilla because, once again, he has just demolished everybody there for how many years in a row. I think it's now even you can hear in the tone of voice of Weege and who's ever commentating that, like, when they start making comments, like the verbiage they use when he gets a start, like, they don't seem excited anymore. They're like, oh, Kenny's got the start. He's going to sprint. It's the same thing over and over because even they know. They're like, well, it's going to happen at some point, and it always does.
Yeah, it's not great.
Although, positive, I think he probably will end up riding for Team Germany. That is the rumor. He will be the MX1 rider for Germany.
Well, that'd be cool. All right. Craig goes 3-8.
First moto. Holy shit.
Big Christian Craig fan
Big Christian Craig fan
over here. Shout out Paige Craig.
How surprised were you that he was holding that for, 15 minutes at all of Southwick?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wow. He smoked himself. The second moto was very evident of that.
There's a lot of guys in that same boat.
But holy shit,
including my new best friend.
I'll tell you what, though. Christian Craig is quiet. I don't even know if you can say quietly anymore, but I'll say quietly having a really good outdoor season. Very good outdoor season.
I'm going to be real fucking honest with you. Christian Craig is a good outdoor 450 rider.
Dude, that is really good hope. I tell you what, that's really good hopes that, like, his 450 career...
Rumor mill on the short list for 250s for MXoN.
That is a rumor, and we will talk about, when we talk about MXoN, there are 2 other guys as well. Although I think there should only be 1 other guy.
Yeah.
But, dude, he is... He's making everyone look stupid that thought he couldn't do this outdoors.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when he gets on the Husky. I hope it works out.
Here's my question to you.
Oh, boy.
Do you think he has a better Supercross season on the 450 than he does outdoors? Because he's having a really good outdoor season. He's top 5 in points, and there's a possibility he could probably end up 4th by the time the end of the season goes.
Are they going to fix how that Husky goes through the whoops?
Hypothetically, just say they do.
Maybe. It's going to be tough, though.
But he is known to be a better Supercross guy, so that's a good thing. I mean, he's just coming off a 250 title.
There's several guys on this list that are known to be better Supercross guys, and I don't know if he gets on the box in Supercross. Maybe. But it's going to be tough.
I will just say that I'm happy for that dude. Outside of the joking around that we're big Christian Craig fans over here. Because you know me, I have a love-hate relationship with Christian Craig because I like him
I'm a big Christian Craig fan.
I know you are. You and Paige Craig, you're like besties.
Me and Paige are homies, too.
Yeah, maybe we can go hang out with the Craig family at Iron Man.
We vlog a lot together.
Oh, my God. She asked you about the camera, like, hey, what camera are you doing?
We vlog together. It's great.
Anyways, I'll just say I'm very happy for him and his family because there was a lot of expectation. And I would say that he's living up, actually exceeding that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he's exceeding it. Because to do that at Southwick, a track that, let's be honest, probably the low on his fucking shit list, and he killed it.
Yeah.
Good for him, dude. That is awesome.
Max Anstie goes 5-5.
How
4-6.
impressed were you with that?
He rode pretty fucking good yesterday.
And he also ran down Anderson and
He
dropped him like he was
did.
nothing. He also ran down Kenny and dropped him like he was
I'm not
nothing.
going to lie. I was very nervous up until Thursday, listening to Steve's show on Thursday. And
Well,
then,
apparently Honda gave him a clutch and they
that's what
tested
I
him
heard.
for 2
Yeah,
hours.
2.5 hours.
And we're also going to talk about him later when we talk about some of the World Supercross news. I will say this. You know, I'm a big Max Anstie homer. Dude, why couldn't he have just fucking been on a Honda? Because apparently it's a Honda thing.
I have a question.
What?
How the fuck do you smoke a clutch on a 450 in 30 fucking minutes? Less than 30 minutes.
They probably were stupid and left the stock springs in it. Because obviously we know Honda springs are notoriously bad.
I'm just
That
like,
is really stupid, though, especially considering that team has dealt with, you know, that was
mean,
the previous,
the whole first
owner's
half of the
previous
week-
muck-off dude.
Yeah.
So they've had a 450 guy with Brayton before.
But they were having issues. And they didn't know how to fix them. And then Honda gave him the fix.
I'll tell you this. If he goes and does that, because obviously he was running 6th at Redbud before the bike let go, if he goes and backs this up at Millville,
Yeah.
that's very fucking impressive.
So I've got a question for you, and we'll talk about this with Cooksey too. They keep saying he's got a long-term deal with Firepower
He
Honda.
does. He's riding 250 in World Supercross and 250 East next year.
So he's not riding for the Rocky Mountain KTM team with his rich homie there that owns the 83 compound?
Ethan Lane's dead?
Yeah.
No, he's
Interesting.
Firepower. Because he's riding 250 for World Supercross next year, which unfortunately really sucks for Cole Seeley because now all of a sudden Cole Seeley's not going to be the top 250 guy anymore. And he's riding 250 East.
Did you just say that Max Anstie was better on a 250 at Supercross than Cole Seeley?
I guarantee he beats him in Supercross. Yeah,
I will take that bet all day long.
yeah, I guarantee he beats him.
I will bet you $1 million
Yeah,
he does not.
I bet he beats him. Because Cole Seeley has not rode a 250 in fucking forever.
Cole Seeley is a Supercross guy.
When's the last time Cole
Max
Seeley-
Anstie is not.
When's the last time Cole Seeley has raced competitively?
I don't care. I'm still taking Seeley.
Yeah, we'll talk about this. We'll come back to this when we talk about World Supercross.
Speaking of
but-
retired guys that we didn't think were going to do anything, Ryan Dungey goes 4-7. All right, you want to talk about his bike now?
See, everybody was talking about how his bike was like just fucking shit. And
It-
here's the thing: I guess I must have not been paying attention enough.
Dude,
I know he
it was
went.
everywhere.
So here's
It bounced around like crazy.
Here's my theory on Dungey. So he takes all this time off. He's away from racing competitively.
Mm-hmm.
We know that he stayed in shape. We also know there is the difference between being in shape and being in race shape. Just like with any other anything that cardiovascular wise, there's a difference between regular shape and that specific whatever discipline. But he stayed in shape. We know he's always been considered one of the most smoothest, consistent guys, and he still has been consistent this year. We talk about the evolution of the way techniques have changed and stuff, and guys stand up more, they weight the pegs more, they use their lower body more, and Dungey doesn't have a lot of effort. But I think what it is because he was away from racing for so long, and we talk about this with Coach, the way your brain processes information. Because he was away from that for so long, and that's not just something when you're away from it that you pick right back up. I don't care how good you are.
He sits down a lot.
He does, but he's a very efficient guy. He doesn't use a lot of energy, but that's not my point. He was away from it for so long, and his technique never evolved. And these bikes are so good now, but also we know the torque on these things is so instantaneous compared even to when the last time he rode them. I think he is trying to push so far over the edge, and his brain can't catch up, and because his technique didn't catch up, that now the fact of his deficiencies of that are now catching up to them. And talking about the Redbud thing, he's all over the place. And I think because of the way that bike is, and we know that it's doesn't handle great.
I think you're on with the technique thing, but I think it's because his technique is old school.
But it can work for some people.
Yeah, but what I mean by old school is he sits down a lot, and one of the things I notice is like he'll sit down going into a corner, and he'll hit a bump, and the bike will be like all over the
It'll
fucking
unload
place.
on him.
Yeah,
But the
where like
bikes are
everybody
so-
else is
yeah.
standing up going into the corners, which is what the suspension techs all know how to tune for now.
And like I said, with
yeah.
the way the bikes are, and the bikes are so responsive nowadays, that once again, you're sitting down, and then when that bike reacts, if you're sitting down, all that energy is going to you right away. You can't adjust. So I think that that's part of it is why he is making more mistakes than we've ever seen out of him. Because here's the crazy thing. It's not like his speed has not been good enough to get on the box. His speed has been good enough. It's just now we're seeing a version of Dungey that we've never seen before. He is making so many more mistakes. Like that stupid knife in the front end in the first moto. I know everybody does that. But try to think back off the top of your head.
Oh,
and
when
you actually
saw
see
Dungey do that?
Exactly, that's my point. Like, how often did Ryan Dungey make a dumb mistake like that? And I know people are like, well, anybody can do that. You're right, anybody can do that. But here's the thing. Ryan Dungey rarely ever made that. That's a Martin Davalos, a Joey Savacci. That's a their mistake. That's not a Ryan Dungey thing.
Yeah.
And I think he's just pushing so fucking hard.
Is he on the box at Millville?
Man, I would have to say it'd be hard to bet against him.
Yeah.
He's going to have a lot of mojo going in Millville, and he's going to have the fan support. I think he gets on the box in the moto. I think
Probably.
third's the best he does.
Yeah.
Because outside of Eli, Kenny's also very good there. Chase. Barsha is very good there. He got a win there last year. So there are some guys. But it'd be hard to say he doesn't get on the box at least one moto. It is fucking Millville. I mean, dude, he used to beat Ryan Villapoto at Millville when Ryan Villapoto was unbeatable. So it'd be really hard to think that he can't do it. But
all right, moving on. We got to move through these here because we got to get 250s done too. So Ando goes 8-6. I mean, down in the first corner of the first moto.
What the fuck?
Dude, Ando just
moto gods
isn't a moto guy.
Outdoor gods hate him.
He was fucking fast.
The first moto he was. The second moto, like I said, Max.
There was a lot of people that burned themselves that first moto, though.
Yeah.
Benny Bloss, whatever, 10-10 for 9th. Barsha, 13-9 for 10th.
I think he's sick again.
Maybe.
I think he's sick again.
Chris Canning. 12-12 for 11.
Fucking trying to fucking pass Chase in the first moto on the first
Fantasy
lap.
god.
Oh, dude, I got Chris Canning. He's just good at Southwick, man. But he's
Speaking of fantasy, did you cry yourself to sleep last night?
Why I beat you.
I'm ahead of you by 3 points overall.
I know. It's because of Redbud.
You beat me yesterday, though?
Yeah, I had like 520 yesterday. I was finishing in
okay.
the top 400. Yeah. We almost had like the same exact team. I think we had the same exact team for 450s, and we weren't even close on 250s. But I was looking through the results, and I was like, oh, we had the same fucking team for 450s.
It happens.
No, I think our you didn't have Dungey as an all-star, did you?
No.
Okay, so all our guys were all the same, but Dungey. Chris Canning, though, dude, he's just a solid outdoor privateer, man. He's always like the top finishing 450 privateer. So, yeah, I hope he can keep riding the rest of the rounds. Because he's just good.
Savachi, 9-16 for 12th. Probably
I think
burned
Southwick.
himself
Yeah,
that first one.
and Southwick is just, with that knee, that's not really the place that's going to be.
No. Shane, 11-15 for 13.
Probably scared when he goes to Millville.
Amart, retiring.
Steve Mathis, super
#trolltrain.com.
Yeah.
16-11 for 14. Let's see here. Heartraft is still saying fuck outdoors at 28-13 for 16th.
Tyler Stepek was in there.
Stepek was 17-20 for 19th overall. Marchbanks 14-39 for 17th. Marshall Welton's
He was down in the first.
only
He was down in the first turn.
rough first moto, not a much better second moto.
I thought he would have been better there, growing up in the sand.
Our guy at Bellrod.co had a rough day.
Wonder if
at
a shot went up his ass again.
I don't know. Jeff Walker was in the way during the second moto. We all saw that. So, as was our friend Kevin Moranz, but we'll talk to him in a little bit.
Eli, man. You know, I got to ask Kev how many times Eli's lapped him in a race.
Jace Kessler made the motos 27-27.
You know what? Good for
27th.
Jace. And I only say that, too, because we found out some information at Redbud, the shit that kid's dealing with. So just good on him for making the motos now. Did you talk to Scott at all this week?
No. I haven't talked to him since Redbud.
That ankle must be.
Yeah. And shout out Bobby Piazza. Made the motos 35-30 or 36-35 for 36th overall, and that's pretty much everybody I've got in 450s here. Okay. All right. So that's sweet. All right, let's move on to 250s here real quick. So our 250s are brought to you by our friends at Gutter Worx. Check them out at gutterworksgutters.com. Kayla and Josh. Shout out Zane, their kid.
Hopefully he's doing better.
Had a gnarly one at Redbud.
Yeah.
Lacerated his spleen over the leap. Fucking sweet. On a 65, he was trying to jump the whole thing.
Did you see the footage?
Oh, yeah. It's gnarly. Like, stepped off, yeah. Nose over. Did you hear about the guy on Sunday?
No.
In the vet novice class, my class?
No.
Apparently hit a kicker going up T1, got ejectoed, fucking diggered into the ground, bike came over, got him, then got landed on, thought he was dead. Like, Diffie saw the dust, turned to film it, thought he was dead, went running down there, and then I guess, like, Chad Reed was like, had to, like, comfort him because Diffie thought he was fucking dead. Like,
Why did Chad have to comfort?
because
Diffie?
Chad, I guess, was one of the first people there too. I guess it was like Chad and Diffie were both like standing there.
Why was Chad one of the first people on the scene?
I don't know.
That's-
Why was Diffie one of the first people on the scene? I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, air flight him out of there. The 65s went after that class. They just ran the race with him on the track. Stupidest fucking thing ever.
Diffie's life would have been altered had he just walked up there and the dude was dead.
Then they couldn't land the helicopter. So they ended up landing the helicopter in Vendor Row, and it was making all the banners go all over the track while the 60s fives were riding
Some kid
it.
just leaves the lip of a jump and a banner just hits him in
Yeah,
the
it
face.
sounded like a fucking shit show.
That doesn't normally happen at Redbud.
No. I was like, man, dude, this is a gnarly Redbud. We got dudes getting airlifted out.
Sounds like something you see at Baja.
But I mean, dude, let's face it. We saw that from the fucking, what's it called? The combine race.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dude, we saw Hymas go down. We saw what's his nuts go down over the finish. Like,
Oh, yeah. Talon Hawkins.
yeah, some weird kickers. I don't know. Anyway, all right, moving on. Like I said, 250 class review brought to you by our friends at Worx, gutters and outdoor restorations for your house. They do siding, they do decks, they do all sorts
Just go
of cool
check
stuff.
them out. They do a great job.
GutterworksGutters.com. All right, so 250s. Jett fucking, I'm going to be real honest with you here. Hunter's brother is a good fucking rider.
You know,
I'm going to also be real honest with you here. Let me just go on a little rant
okay,
here.
go ahead.
Jett, as fun-loving as he is, was fucking pissed he didn't have that red plate yesterday,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it showed.
Yeah.
6 seconds, lead, goes down,
Yep.
gets up,
Yeah.
2.5, 3 seconds over Joe, the whole rest of the moto. Then the last 2 laps of that first moto, he goes 4 seconds a lap faster just to say, fuck you guys.
You talking about the first moto with Joe?
Yes.
Yeah.
He went 4 seconds. It wasn't just like Joe slowed down. Joe's times were the same. Jett went 4 seconds a lap faster
Yeah.
on the last 2 laps just because.
Yeah.
Now, you want to talk about these guys being screwed when he goes to the 450? This is a prime example I point to. That kid rode with a 2 to 3 second lead over Joe the entire race. He was pissed off at the beginning, made a dumb mistake, was like, all right, stupid, don't throw the whole race.
Yeah.
This guy rides with the maturity of a 28-year-old, and he's 18.
Uh-huh.
They're fucked when he goes to 450s.
I just don't agree with that.
Dude, he processes things so much better than every other fucking rider in that 250 class. It's unreal. J-Mart couldn't process shit this fast.
Maybe.
Dude, I know we haven't seen J-Mart in a while, and I know J-Mart's stupid fast outside and can run you down till the end. J-Mart's not going 4 seconds a lap faster the last 2 laps just because. He's not. You're never going to convince me. You're never going to convince me.
I just can't. I don't agree with that because I don't know. Because last year we saw J-Mart do it.
I know. And again, last year, though, Jett did not do stuff like this. Jett didn't go out after he...
because Jett also wasn't getting the starts he was getting this year either.
Yeah, and then you go back to that second moto at Redbud, okay? Fuck, my motor blew up the first moto.
But I will say
Pissed
that
off.
I will say this though.
And put 15 seconds on
I
him.
will say this though. We don't. Yesterday, nobody was going to beat him. Second moto at Redbud, I will say this. I stand by the comment I made.
It would have been more interesting had Joe not
because
gone
the way
down. Yes.
Joe rode the first moto, we don't know. But
Would
yes,
have
I
been
will
more
give it-
interesting.
Yes,
I still think he wins.
See, and that's the thing is, I can't be as confident with you because what I saw out of him the second moto, Joe did the same thing to Hunter.
Have you seen
The first moto, Southwick? I will agree, nobody was going to beat.
Have
him.
you seen the videos of him and Hunter? Well, no, it's just of Jett. I watched him and Hunter both do it, that second moto at Redbud. Jump from the outside line to the inside line in the berm, like before the sand rollers.
Yeah. Hunter was actually, I was watching him too. He was coming off the inside roller and he was bouncing to the outside right as the berm at the apex.
Oh, no. This one, and I watched them both do it in person, and then I've seen a video of Jett doing it. They came down the outside, and they hit the berm, pivoted, hit a roller, and jumped to the inside berm to then stay on the left side going down the rollers at Redbud.
Yeah.
Fucking just insane
Yeah,
shit
no,
that no
okay.
one else was doing. But
So let's get back to that comment, though, about the 450 thing. I still stand by this, man. It's so much easier to do this kind of shit on a 250 than it is on a 450.
I'm not even...
Jett's not beating Eli. Jett will not beat Eli. He can't beat Eli. He can't beat Hurlings. He can't beat Tim Geiser. I don't even know if he could beat this version of Chase Sexton. But
I haven't looked at Eli's. I'd be super interested.
I don't really
to see
care what
between
Eli's
the two.
because it's easier to go faster in a track like Southwick late into a moto when you're dog shit tired than it is on a 250 than it is on a 450.
I mean, yep, but
I don't agree with that. And here's the thing too. Everybody likes to. Perfect example. Everybody did this with Stu and Ricky. Stu, when he was on 125s, and once again, this is coming from the biggest Stu homer there is.
Yep.
And I back Stu every fucking step of the way.
Big black cock on your face.
Stu on 125s would put in the same lap times as Ricky would on his 250.
Yeah.
What happened when Stu went to the 250 class? It is a whole different animal to go that fast for 35 minutes on a bigger bike than it is on a smaller bike.
What year did Stu go to the 250 class?
Stu bumped up to the 250s in 2005. He was in 125s 02, 03, 04. And then he bumped up in 05.
Wasn't he on a 2-stroke and Ricky was on a 4-stroke?
No, they were both on 252 strokes Stu's
okay.
first year.
Okay.
And then Ricky went to a 450 outdoors, that unproven piece of shit 05 RMZ 450 outdoors, and he still waxed Stu.
Yeah, Stu's talked about that, and it's not...
That bike gave him nightmares. Trust me, I've heard it all. That bike, that 252 stroke gave him fucking nightmares, dude. Mm-hmm. It was so fucking fast, but he was like, dude, that thing would...
He had to ride it so fast, though, to keep up.
So that's a perfect example of a generational talent that everybody keeps talking about with Jett going to it. And then here's the thing, too, is, and I saw this because somebody made a comment on Vital. They go, this generational talent thing is starting to look a little bit more... I don't know how the guy worded it, the title of it.
Yeah.
And then somebody goes, well, it gives me confidence because Dylan did it last year as a rookie. And I go, you know what? If Dylan was younger, I would be right fucking there with you. If Dylan was 19, 20 years old going to the 450 class and he won as a rookie, I'd be like, you know what? You guys are totally right to be on this of Jett winning as a rookie. Here's the difference. Dylan was at 28. How old is Dylan? 27?
27, 28, something
so
like that.
Dylan was 27 last year when he went to the 450. There's a lot of things as a 20, and you keep talking about how Jett's maturity is as an 18-year-old, and he thinks like a 28-year-old. He does. He is wise beyond his years. But there are still going to be things that when he gets into a battle, because here's the thing, we do know there's a big difference between being in the battle with your brother and then being in a battle with a guy that doesn't care about taking you out, like a Barsha. Whether the Barsha could stay with him for 35 minutes, that's not my conversation. You don't think that if Barsha gave a chance, he would put Jett over a berm?
Barsha will put anybody over a berm.
And that's my point. Or an Eli Tomac, a guy that will hound you for 35 minutes compared to, oh, I'm racing my brother Hunter, oh, I'm racing my buddy Joe, or I'm racing a rookie in Levi Kitchen. Whereas Dylan, come from racing Hurlings his entire life, doesn't really care about that shit. So like I said, I would give some validity to that if Dylan would have won as a 19, 20-year-old. But Dylan was 27 when he went to the 450 class. You can talk about the maturity, but there are still things that Jett's brain is not developed where if things are happening really fast around him that he's not used to, because let's be real, this year he has earned every bit of what he has gotten this year, Supercross included. Kid has had a phenomenal year. But it's one of those things when it's like, it's your year.
Yeah.
Because... just hold on to me because I don't want you to think that I'm giving anybody.
I don't want to hold on to you, but I'll hold on.
Hold on to what I'm trying. Just go down this road with me because I don't want you to. I don't want you to think that I'm
herpes.
Maybe I don't want you to think that I'm taking anything away from Jett. I want you to hear what I have to say about what it's your year. It's your year. So you go to Paul. He goes 1-1. Doesn't even look like he's trying. Kind of like what he did in Minnesota at the beginning of Supercross. Then he goes to Hangtown. Sick. We saw it. Michael Mosman goes out and wins the fucking first moto going away. No problem. Jett, the second moto, gets a good start. Michael Mosman is nowhere to be found. So who knows if Michael Mosman could have won that first moto because it's Mosman, though. He can't put two fucking motos together. Joe's catching Jett. Joe goes down. Jett wins it. Doesn't lose any fucking points. Then we go to Thunder Valley. Levi Kitchen goes out, stomps everyone. Jett even said I couldn't catch him. I couldn't break him. Second moto, Levi smoked, gets a terrible start, gets Jett's up front. His brother goes out there, but it doesn't matter because Jett beat Hunter quite a bit. Doesn't lose any points. Goes to High Point, first moto. Mosman probably was going to win that moto. Let's be real. He was winning, and he was gapping, and then pulls a Michael Mosman. Hunter wins. Jett does what he has to do. Loses a little bit of points. Second moto, runs Hunter down. Passes him. Hunter closes on him. Goes whatever faster. Runs out of time. Jett doesn't lose any points. Then we go to Redbud, and then we finally see some adversity. Jett bike grenades. Joe straight up catches and passes Hunter, whether Hunter was doing whatever he was doing. He thought the bike was going, whatever. I'm not going to say that he was lying because there was no reason that Hunter would do that. Second moto, Jett goes out. The one guy that wins the first moto ends up going down. Then we go to Southwick yesterday. Nobody's going to touch him. So he just straight up wins both motos. But what I'm trying to say is when it's your year, it's your year. Every time Jett has been in a situation this year where a guy has looked like maybe he can beat him, they can't put it together for another moto, so they never snatch those points away. And that's not a fault of Jett. Jett is just doing what Jett has to do to win. That has nothing to do with Jett. But Jett has gotten it where this year, where every time somebody looks like they could maybe snatch some points away, they just can't fucking do it. They cannot take anything away from him. And once again, that is not anything with Jett. Jett is doing what he has to do. But it's kind of like one of those things when it's your year, it's your year. For Jesus fuck's sake, he blew his motor up, and then he gets the points lead back the next weekend times 15.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where he is killing it and he's firing on all cylinders, but nothing really bad can happen to him because even the one time that something does, it doesn't really fucking matter because the next weekend he gets the points back.
So you made the reference to Stu and the okay. But then you kind of just proved my point there in one statement, okay? The Levi Kitchen at, where was that?
Thunder Valley.
Thunder
the first
Valley.
Moto. Yeah. Yep.
Jett makes the comment, dude, I tried to break him and I just couldn't.
Yep.
Stu, especially in Stu's early days, you know what? Stu's whole fucking career.
Yeah.
He's not trying to break somebody and then going, you know what? I can't do it. I'm going to back it down. He's hitting the deck.
But
these are the kind of things that I point to, especially when we're talking generational talent. When I say these dudes, when he gets to 450s, are fucking screwed. That's the kind of thing that I point to. I point to that. I point to yesterday of the last 2 laps of the moto. Even though I've ran a 2 to 3 second gap the entire moto, and I know I got Joe covered, but I'm just gonna wait right here, and then all of a sudden, you know what? I'm going to go 4 seconds a lap faster.
All right, so here's my question, and I'm glad you bring that up, though, because here's my question to you then, since you made that point, and that is a very good point. I will give you that. Here's my thing, though. What's going to happen, though, because to my point that Jett has had things go his way where guys can't put in 2 motos, what's going to happen when he goes to the 450 class and that just doesn't happen to him one time? Starts happening. You talk about how he had the realization to, I can't catch Levi.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the points. What do you think is going to happen to him mentally if he starts getting to a point where, this is happening more than just once. This is happening twice. This is happening 3 times. Because I'm here to tell you that if he races Eli next year, and this is once again hypothetical, Eli yanks a start and Jett's coming from like 4th. There's going to be a lot of times where Jett's not going to be able to catch Eli.
Yeah.
Jett is yet to have to deal with that kind of adversity. Eventually, you're mentally not going to be able to handle that. Unless Jett just goes, fuck it, I know that I can't beat this guy, and I'm just going to get what I'm going to get.
I'm not sure that kind of shit bugs Jett, to be honest with you.
I think yesterday, to your point that he was pissed, proves otherwise.
Well,
Jett,
yes.
Let's be real. Jett has had a very, I don't want to say manicured start to his career. But outside of his rookie year with the shit that happened in Supercross, Jett's career so far, he has not really gone through a lot of adversity where he can't, if he has a bad weekend, he comes back in twofold and kills it the next weekend. We saw it in Supercross when we were down in St. Louis when he had that last bad main for whatever. I can't even remember what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
And then he came back the next weekend and he fucking killed it.
Yep.
If you race a guy like Eli Tomac, there's going to be plenty of weekends where you just don't have it. That's what I talk about in the sense that where is Jett going to be mentally? Is he going to be able to handle that? Or is he just going to be okay with, I'm just not going to beat this guy and I'm going to be okay with it and I'm going to wait till he exits stage left?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by the maturity. Because where I say with Dylan, Dylan last year had been used to that his entire career racing Jeffrey Herlings. He just knew nobody's okay with getting beat, but he just knew, like, hey, if that guy's going to beat me, like, I'm fine with it. Jett has yet to deal with that kind of thing in his pro career to this date, where he just can't be the fastest guy.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, I'm here to tell you, he's not faster than Eli Tomac.
No.
He's not going to beat Eli.
But I don't want you to get twisted either. I'm not sitting here saying he's going to win the 450 title his first year.
And I'm not saying you are either. Those are my concerns.
I'm just saying he's going to throw a wrench in a lot of plans of 450 guys.
For sure.
And by year 2, 3, As
Yes,
long as
maybe
he's
he
not,
pulls a Chase Sexton.
I was going to say, as long as he's not getting hurt, I think then it's really on.
But see, here's the thing, though. If Eli, and then we're going to move on. This is the last thing I have to say about this. Because this is the only thing we can really talk about with Jett, because we don't really have anything to talk about the way he rode yesterday. He just rode phenomenal.
4 seconds a lap faster.
I know. That's
Some
insane.
fucking-
I didn't even look at the lap times
Yeah.
to know that. If Chase is now coming into his own and he's becoming the guy, you give Jett 2-3 years, who says that Chase all of a sudden isn't going to be where not speed-wise, but now all of a sudden Jett has to deal with that version of Chase Sexton.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that
Which will make it interesting.
Jett is always, this is what I mean by the 450 class, where you really find out what kind of person you're going to be, which is why with the AC thing, this is just who AC's going to be in his 450 career, because we know now.
Shimoda's working with Nick Way, by the way.
I've seen that, which, by the way,
Interesting.
proves my point that Nick knows what he's fucking doing with
Yeah.
guys. But do you see what I'm trying to say? It's not me trying to take anything away with Jett. It's just, once again, it's totally different when you go to the 450s, because it's one thing when you're racing your brother and you're racing your buddy Joe and you're racing a bunch of guys that are your own age. But when you go to the 450 class, you're racing men. Not to say that Jett isn't slowly becoming a man, but you're racing men that don't really give a shit about your feelings.
Yeah.
That's when why I'm still hesitant to be like, you know what, Jett's gonna, Daniel Blair and all these talking heads and everybody can do it, and he's giving everybody reason to. But when the 8th place guy has no problem running you off a berm, Jett's not used to that. The 8th place guy in the 250 class, he'll go around him like that. He's not just gonna go around the 8th place.
Yeah, but that's Barsha, and Barsha treats everyone the same. So I mean,
I know, but how Jett has yet to deal with that.
Everyone else races pretty respectfully. They'll race you hard, but it's pretty respectful.
But Jett has yet to deal with that,
Yeah.
though. So how will Jett deal with that?
I don't know.
Has Jett ever been taken out, actually?
He raced Vince Freeze, right?
Nah. But seriously, though, has Jett really ever been taken out by anybody?
I'm not sure.
So, like, how will Jett deal with the first time he actually gets blown over a berm? Is he going to get pissed and retaliate, or is he going to be like, you know what?
Oh, yeah. Don't you remember him and Faulkner and Hunter and Faulkner all going at it at the Tampa Supercross in 19?
Yeah, we never got that.
Yeah, we never
That's
got that.
sad.
All right, we got to move on here because we got Cooksey coming up in
All right.
about 11 minutes. So Joe goes 2-3 for second. That was a good fucking backup ride from, what's it called? And he was moving yesterday. Like, he was fast.
I think he can back it up at Millville.
He wasn't touching Jett, but he was fast.
And he, once again, 2 shit starts.
Yeah.
So,
Justin Cooper's having another interesting...
I mean, you know what? You got to give the guy credit, man, because he's not giving up.
I've now heard a second time he signed to a 450 motocross only deal for next year.
Yeah,
Like
fucking
that's
terrible.
starting to gain some traction here.
Fucking terrible idea.
It's better than him racing 450 Supercross.
Whatever. He better go out and kill it outdoors then next year.
Anyway, he goes 3-4 for third, which is he's back on the box, but it wasn't impressive.
I mean, the fact that he's even doing that good, I guess, should be an accomplishment.
Yeah, he's still coming off that injury, but man, it's just I don't know. Levi Kitchen goes 8-2 for fourth.
He was looking racy those first couple minutes, man. If he could get a start,
Spunky.
he just got to get a start. And like I said, he's in a lot of these tracks he has not raced before. So
RJ Hampshire was on fire the end of that second moto.
yeah,
He goes 4-5 for fifth, which is strange because I didn't even see him the first moto. But he
battling
was
with
very,
Styles Robertson yet again for the second weekend in a row.
Oh man, put a move on him too, and it was like, ooh, that's sketchy.
RJ once again, man, just fucking terrible starts.
RJ just does RJ things.
I still think he gets a moto win by the end of
Gets
the
stabbed in the heart and keeps going.
year. I know, Jesus.
Okay, here we go. This is another big topic we need to cover here in about 5 minutes. Styles Robertson and Hunter Lawrence. What are your thoughts on it? I need another angle of what happened first to really know. I did listen to post-race
Hunter,
interview
what
stuff.
did you think Styles came into him or something?
Styles did. Styles takes full responsibility
Okay.
for it. He got loose, and he took him out. Now, this
Bad
is
look for Hunter.
real bad look.
Real bad look for Bro. Real bad look. Dude, calm down.
I saw him at, did you pay attention after he took the checkered flag? Like, he turned around on the track and was fucking...
He grabbed a hold of Styles' mouth guard on his
Is he
helmet.
gonna get penalized for that? I haven't
Probably
heard anything
not.
yet. but
Probably not.
Dude, Supercross, if you touch someone, dude,
Yeah,
look
but
at
this MX
Ando got DQ'd because he slapped fucking what's his nuts
This is
in the
MX
head.
Sports we're talking about.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen actually. But dude, here's the thing too. You can tell they're just a couple of moto kids because as soon as Hunter hit me with his front wheel of his bike there, I would have literally jumped off mine and tackled him, and we'd have been rolling around fist fighting.
You know how I feel.
I know how you feel about
It's
this.
fucking
I'm just
stupid.
saying,
And that's also a bad look from a guy like Hunter Lawrence, who's
Yeah.
supposed to be this calm, cool,
collective guy.
Really relaxed dude.
Yeah.
Not a good look, bro. Not a good look.
But I'll tell you what, dude. So first off, great job by Styles going 7-7 for 6. That was good.
If he here's the last thing I'll say, because this is all we have to really say. If he keeps doing this the rest of the year, because this is 3 rounds, is this changing your mind a little bit on Styles? Because I said at Redbud, it is for me.
Yeah, he's
doing
doing a lot
very
better.
well.
Yeah, he's picking it up. So, dude, Hunter did not have a good day yesterday. That fucking crash that crash with Styles, and then he almost got smoked twice. And
I think that was Nate Thrasher.
Dude, and I rewatched that a couple times.
He got lucky.
He got real lucky.
He got clipped on the side.
Yeah, and even if he didn't get hit, he got hit enough that I'm like, dude.
If Nate would have hit him
hurt.
dead center, because it was either Nate or Romano.
Yeah.
If he would have hit him dead center.
Do we know where he went down? Was it off that scrub jump, like that tunnel after they come down the hill after the start?
That fucking angle was so terrible. It's so hard.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't know. It was level ground, so I don't know. I mean, it could have been in the back section somewhere.
Maybe, I don't know.
This is
and then
very reminiscent of last year.
He was on fire that first moto coming back, but definitely
but then his
not
momentum
the smartest
stalled.
thing.
But then it stalled out, though.
And he burnt himself out, so that second moto, he had nothing. He looked terrible that second moto. It was terrible. It was fucking terrible.
And this goes back to the second moto at Redbud.
Yep.
And we can talk about the first moto. You thought his bike was going or whatever.
Yep. It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. Joe keeps riding like this.
Joe could get second in the points.
I think Joe's going to get second in the points.
Yep.
This is something. If he does this again at Millville, I stand. This is the same fucking thing that happened at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Remember? Except it was different.
Yeah.
He won one at Southwick, and then he was done the rest of the year. Mm-hmm. Dude, did you see in practice, his fastest lap was 2.6 seconds slower than Jett's?
Oh, yeah.
That is not fucking good, considering you went 1-1 at this facility last year.
Yep.
It's not good.
It's not a good look. My best friend there.
I hate this because you know how much I love Hunter, but this is not a good look. And Joe right now is on fire.
Yeah. I might have to reconsider best friends here. I might have to go with
I want to
Joe.
be best friends with Sushi.
Yeah, I might have to be best friends
I
with
love
Joe. 'Cause
America.
Hunter's just not. It's not going well, dude.
Look, man.
For you getting so pissy with me last weekend for me telling you a joke that your brother was pretty fucking good. You better fucking start riding better, buddy. Oh, it's not good. He's never coming on the show.
No, never. Myrtle's like, fuck that guy.
Fuck those guys. All right. All right. So Mosman goes 5-9 for 8th. Thrasher 15-6 for 9.
Hey, man, Thrasher, outside of that, and I don't know if he was down in that first turn or what happened in the first moto, he's quietly, since High Point, just been solid top 10 guy.
Sure.
I mean, dude,
it's all right.
He caught him past Hunter, and he was catching Mosman.
Yeah, it's all right.
So, I mean,
we'll see.
he's doing, look, it's kind of like what I said when we did our pre-show. If he's top 10 every moto where he's not coming from last, I think he's doing what he needs to do going into Supercross next year.
All right, Swole.
I don't even care about Jalik. I'd fucking whatever. Great radio. Great radio.
Hold on.
Okay. Is that Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really care to talk about Jalik.
Me neither. I heard
really
he's already signed for next year, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, he doesn't fucking care because he's got a deal already," which is fucking stupid. He
Cool.
shouldn't have a deal.
And when he did care, it still didn't fucking matter.
I was gonna say it wasn't good. Hammaker 11-12, but he say he hasn't really rode with a lot of sand.
Yeah,
so
I mean he didn't grow up in the sand, and plus his starts were terrible yesterday.
said Baja's the only place he's rode sand.
Yep.
Voling goes 9-14.
Not bad
Okay.
considering once again not a sand kid.
Nope.
Southern Cal.
Ty Masterpool on a borrowed bike 14-11 for 13.
With the practice motor in the
Yeah.
Dude, when they honed in on him in practice and I heard him just bouncing rev limiter, I was like, ugh. I was
that's
like,
not
Ty,
good.
I was like, not great for your practice motor.
Probably slow that down, buddy. Romano goes 10-15 for 14.
It was a little racy in the
Yeah.
beginning of both motos, and once again, and LeBlanc, I mean, I don't know where the fuck he finished, but
I don't know. He went off on a mule, so
yeah, I hope he's okay.
yeah.
Pierce
Pierce Brown 13-13 for 15.
Still think he's gonna win a moto?
Shut up, man.
No Bar X dudes there. Did you notice that? No
They
Bar.
were there.
No, but I mean, no Bar X riders were riding other than Kilroy.
Yeah.
Like
that
Mumford
weird.
was not there, and he just came in with Redbud, and Drake wasn't there either.
Yeah.
And Schwartz, I don't think is going to be there until the end of outdoors, if
No.
at all.
Michigan local, Chris Prebula, 30-16, so that was
in
good.
the top 20?
Yeah, LeBlanc went 16-38 for 18. That's pretty much Enzo Lopes, 21-39.
He's
for
not an
31st.
outdoor guy.
Nope.
No local. I mean, there was a couple local MA dudes that were there, but no really local 250 guys that jumped off the page.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much that for the 250. The one thing I last want to touch on before we get to Chris, did you hear that they did say that, and this is from Jeremy Coker's mouth, that Dylan is going to try to ride the last couple rounds?
Yep.
Huh.
You want to know why?
Why?
They're worried.
What are they worried?
They're worried that it's going to come down in those last couple rounds between Sexton and him, and they want someone else out there to get in between them.
Well, that's the fucking guy to do it.
Uh-huh. I'm just saying, that is legitimately what I'm hearing.
I mean, that makes sense. How crazy is it to think that your ace that you could just throw out there to
Is
put in
the former
is the
net.
former-
Well, on top of that, too, they want to run the number one plate.
Yeah.
And they want him to be able to run the number one plate. So, yeah.
Here's the thing, though. What happens if Dylan goes out and gets started and is leading, and he's like, all right, shut it off.
Just leave for 30 minutes the last two laps. I got to give him up 30 seconds. I'm going to pull in and
Look,
take a
I just
water
want
break.
Dylan to be there so we can rock our shirts and show him.
We're wearing them to Iron Man.
And then we're wearing them MXoN.
MXoN.
Then people are going to be like, you're not French. And be like, fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Wee wee.
Wee wee.
Oh, God.
Speaking of that, I got to take a wee wee. We got to get Chris on the phone, so we're going to take a quick break. That is our Southwick wrap up, brought to you by our 250 and 450, brought to you by JT Cycle and Gutter Works. And we are going to come up with Chris Cooksey here in just a minute, so we will be right back. All right, and we're back. First guest of the night, brought to you by our graphics designer, Isaac Nelson, over at Isaac Nelson Designs. Make sure to check him out, isaacnelsondesigns.com. Link in the description. Designed our Dylan Danger Zone t-shirt as featured on the Weed show or something, one of Weed's shows from Redbud. We were on that, which is fucking awesome because, yeah, I bet Davey didn't see that one.
Yeah, when we didn't see it on the first one, we were like, oh, like Davey saw that instantly. We just show he doesn't have one anymore.
Anyway, it is friend of the show. He is also a fellow journalist of the sport. It is the one and only Chris Cooksey.
What up?
Hey, buddy. Making your triumphant return to the show here.
I know, right? I only had to beg to get back on. God, you guys must have a tough guest list.
No.
Travis, if that's true, I'm upset with you right now.
No, he didn't have to beg. I literally texted him the other day about like getting Myrtle's fucking email or something, and he didn't respond to that. And then he responds with, "So when can I come on this show?"
Jesus.
I meant to get you. I was out doing something. And I thought I was going to. Yeah, of course. But you told me you got Myrtle's phone number. I was like, oh, shit, I forgot to send it. So,
well, hey, so
then I was like, you know what? He's never invited me on his show, so I'm going to go after him since I just screwed him over.
Look.
So that I distract.
Look, Chris is busy trying to move to Florida.
Yeah. Look, Chris, there's a story behind it, okay? So first off, I am best friends with Hunter Lawrence.
Hunter Lawrence hates Travis right now.
He fucking hates me.
He fucking hates this douchebag.
It's hilarious. I told him that we made a joke that, Hunter's brother is a really fucking good rider, and Hunter did not find that joke very funny.
And then Travis tried to save himself to talk about C10s, and I still don't think it worked.
It did. He was
Not
telling me all about trucks. All about trucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I talked to Myrtle because we were in the VIP area at Redbud, and Myrtle, I was like, yo, can I get the guys on to talk cars on the show at some point? And he was like, yeah, probably off season. And I'm like, sweet, I also want to have you on because you seem like a fun guy who also wants to shit on some people, so that would be cool. And he was like, yeah, email me. And then I didn't have the email, and then I ended up finding it before you got back to me. So all good. Email has been sent.
Travis is also friends with Paige Craig now.
I'm very big Christian Craig fan. Big Christian Craig guy over here.
I don't know how much of a fan you are of Christian Craig
Boy,
and Paige Craig, but
I felt like such an asshole this week because I do my Cliff Notes podcast, or just a little quick clip about what's going to happen. And my description of Christian Craig was, he's not going to do so good.
That's awesome.
I said he's not going to do. I said he's not going to do bad. He's not going to do good. He's going to do And man, he went out there and looked amazing. I was like, wow, those words went down smooth.
oh, dude, you're not the only one.
It's like aged whiskey.
Aged whiskey
Went well. So, all right, Chris. So we're going to get into our Holster Co. reload rant here because I know you'll have a good time with this one too. So shout out to our friends at Holster Co. making Kydex holsters for things that go bang bang
Boom,
and
boom.
boom boom and all that stuff. Make sure to check them out. miholsterco.com. They also, if you're in the local Kalamazoo/Portage, Michigan area, have a store that sells things that go bang bang and boom boom, and for taking out the Fed boys.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. We're instantly canceled on
we're
YouTube
instantly
now.
canceled everywhere. Anyway, so Holster Co. reload rant. This fucking Mav.
Are you not allowed to say? Are you not allowed to say gun?
No, I don't know. We just avoid it so we don't get
Look, man,
in
YouTube
trouble.
is owned by the leftists, so it's
Yeah.
you can't say anything.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Fuck the left. Hold on. Well, before you get into your rant, I got a little rant here.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Okay. Fuck the leftists. I'm so tired. And the thing is I came out the other day and somebody attacked me for saying something about liberals. I'm like, I don't have a problem with liberals. I don't even own a gun. Like, I'm all for being whatever you want to be, but I just don't want you forcing it on me. That's all. Like, if I'm liberal, I'm not going to force it on you. If I'm way left, way right, can we accept that all of us are a little bit different? We have different points of view and stop canceling motherfuckers for, things that don't matter.
Look,
We
Chris,
just got a million views on YouTube.
They're all upset. What's that?
we just got a million views because of that.
Yeah, like literally the title of the Chris Cooksey
This is gonna be
section
clickbait
on
like a
YouTube
motherfucker.
is going to be "fuck the leftist." This is gonna
Oh
go well.
God, don't. That's not necessarily what I said though.
This
I said fuck the leftists, but only because they want to cancel me.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I'm kind of a liberal guy in the sense that I don't have a gun, I don't do this, but I just don't want to push it on other people. If you guys want to have guns, good, go buy guns.
I have a
If
lot.
you want to do drugs, go do drugs. I don't care.
do those.
Like, that doesn't affect me, and I don't need to control you. And that's where my point of view is. I'm a little bit more kind of actually a true liberal as far as, I'm not a Marxist. So yeah.
Look,
Good-
I just
good
want
point.
Chris's Fauci shirt. That's all I want.
Okay, I'll shut up before you guys have me all over the internet. So.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. It's fucking awesome.
I did preview a couple of my video clips with "I'll be on the show," and you may want to check it out because they're probably going to have me say something that's going to get me in trouble. So.
Oh,
So let's
You
get,
guys get me all wound up, and I just say whatever. It's fun.
dude. It's hilarious because we've actually been fairly mild here this outdoor season. Although I did try to get Justin to go up and say hi to our best friend Davey Coombs at what's it called at Redbud because he walked right by us and he wouldn't do it. So whatever.
look, I didn't see Tim Cotter, so
Dude.
I wasn't feeling feisty.
I would walk right up to Davey and go, "What's up, Davey? How you doing, brother?"
Here's my thing, man. I really want to punch Tim Cotter in the face more than I do Davey. I don't like Davey, but I really don't like Tim Cotter. I'd rather punch him in the face.
Hey, when we're at Iron Man, if we see Tim Cotter having breakfast, should we have breakfast with him again?
we should. We should sit right down
We
next to him
should
and
sit-
have a plate of eggs. Be like, yo, what's up, Tim?
Be like, hey,
Remember
you're
that one
Tim
time
Cotter.
at Loretta's when you... Never mind. Sorry. I'm about to go down.
Well, see, you guys, and my issue with it, it's not like a personal. Like I don't genuinely dislike Davey as a person. I dislike what he's done to the sport that I love, and I dislike his insincerity. Did you guys see the Vital MX video he did?
Oh, he should be a
Dear
politician.
God.
He should be a politician.
No, which one?
And the fact that he has the fact that he has Michael Lindsay interview him with all these softball questions. You really want to clear the air? Do an interview with me.
It's like
Let
Joe,
me ask
it's like
you the
Joe
question.
Biden, baby.
Look, Michael, yeah, it was so fucking
Yeah.
stupid, too, because
Well-
Michael was like in a Sprinter van or some shit.
Yeah, but I mean, do it with the interview with someone you know is going to throw real questions. Don't go to basically a media partner and it's like, hey, Mathis, interview me. I pay you, but interview me. Yeah. No, he's not going to ask anything that you don't want to ask. I'm going to ask whatever you want, and I'm going to ask a follow up, and I'm going to ask why. And the truth would set him free in this whole situation if he just didn't lie about it. Did you guys catch the immediate lie he said in that interview? He said he didn't have the numbers from Peacock, but yet he said they had numbers, but then because Caroli and Dungey came in, it blew the numbers out of the water. I'm like, well, which one is it? Did they give you numbers or did they not give you numbers, you fucking liar?
Yeah, dude, it's on Vitals.
I haven't seen it
yeah,
yet.
you should go. I think it was posted Friday or something. It's on Vital. It's like 40 or 50 minutes long or whatever, but it's just Michael Lynn.
And
yeah.
So what Davey doesn't know is I'm a body language expert, and that's what I studied in college was communications and body language.
Sick.
That motherfucker's lying so hardcore. Like, watch him start rocking in his chair when he tells you those silly stories.
Dude.
And he tries to distract you with like he'll he'll say something like, well, you know, there's a war going on. Yeah, we all know there's a war going on, dipshit. You don't have to play stupid and act like you're trying to grab the moral high ground when he does that. And I'm
Wait,
like, dude,
do we
come on.
really, like, have any of us actually been to Ukraine to put eyes on this?
Oh, boy. Wow, we're going way down another road. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of tinfoil
Okay,
hat
hey,
podcasts.
so-
I'm sorry. I totally sidetracked your rant.
No,
here. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's
Travis.
okay.
I actually, I want to go on that thought, but go ahead with your rant because there was a question I actually have to have Chris about that because I imagine we're going to talk about the Mav TV thing. So
That's where I'm going here.
Okay,
so
so,
Mav TV and Flow Sports. So this is a fucking joke.
this
This is a fucking joke.
Well, I mean, we talked about this before we left for Redbud. It was
I went to get on this weekend to watch qualifying,
on Mav or Flow.
On Mav.
Okay,
and it tells me you don't have an account.
that's
The
happened.
fuck do you mean I don't have an account?
Which is bullshit because
I
it's not supposed.
paid for the fucking account.
Everybody's supposed to have them. There was a lot of people having that
At
problem.
no point have I canceled that subscription. Yet here I am. Oh, I was fucking fuming,
Oh, I
bro.
know. There was a lot of people because you're not supposed to cancel. It's not supposed to
Because-
go away till July 27th.
Because don't get me wrong either. I am not subscribing to Flow. So the last 4, I am not watching qualifying. Now,
Yep.
I have Mav TV on the satellite at my house. Shout out to my parents paying for it. Yes, that's correct. I'm a 33-year-old
who
that still
gives-
lives at
yeah.
home. I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Fuck you. You can come at me. I'll fucking punch you through the fucking screen.
Yep.
I don't give a shit.
Yep.
Housing market's fucking ridiculous right now. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, man, I know I didn't sell you.
Wow, I'm really ranting here. And I refuse to pay for the Flow thing. Anyway, put your fucking hand out. Where the fuck is my fucking Mav TV account so I can watch qualifying? So then I have to go on YouTube where, oh my God,
It's on
I'm
Pro
watching
Motocross.
it for fucking free.
Yep.
The fuck are you doing?
Oh my God,
God damn it, this is fucked up.
Chris, I didn't know he was gonna get this fired up. All
Dude,
right, so
I was fucking, it was almost to the point. Luckily, I need my phone for shit. It was almost throwing my phone.
all right, so Chris, since we're gonna talk about this because I didn't know this is where this was where
Fucking clown
where the
show.
reload rant was gonna go. So my question to you is: so we all know that this is bullshit. We all know that Mav TV was, in air quotes, not ready for this or whatever. And Davey came out and did his politician bullshit.
This just shows how few people watch Mav TV.
Yeah, so we know what's going to happen, and for anybody that doesn't know, July 27th, anybody that has a subscription on Mav TV Plus, it apparently is going away. If your subscription was bought before the 27th, you still get it. Apparently, some people haven't, as of Travis was one of them, unfortunately. And then after the 27th, no longer. Then you can go over to Flow for the last 4 rounds, and you get a discount of $6.99. And then we know that goes till December 31st. What I said to Travis, and tell me if you agree with this, Chris, because this is just a question for you, because me and Travis talked about this. We all know the World Supercross coming in, that right now Outdoors is in trouble. And we all know at some point, the Outdoor Series is not going to go away, but it's basically going to be a glorified privateer series. I said to Travis, and I think a lot of people will agree with this, if they make people go to Flow Sports and spend $150 a year to watch 12 rounds of Outdoor Nationals, do you agree that they effectively, Davey didn't even realize that he did this, outside of the people that just go to Nationals that because it's locally or, hey, it's a closer race or whatever, so I can go 2 states over, do you think that that basically will kill the Nationals as far as viewing? If they're making people pay $150? Because even me, being an old school outdoor guy, I will not spend $150 fucking dollars to watch 12 rounds.
This is my point right here. We had this conversation going to Redbud.
Hold on,
Sorry, I'm still ranting.
let Chris go.
No,
Let Chris-
this is my point here. You are the hardest of hardcore outdoor guys. You and me have battled about this for 5 fucking years on this show.
Yep.
Because I've been saying Supercross is going to take over.
Yep.
Outdoors is fucking screwed. You're firebag. Oh, fucking
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Outdoors is, I've heard this all, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We're at the point that you're like, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm fucking
I
out.
told you, I'll go pay for GPs and pay that money because I can get a lot more racing. But,
You're out.
yeah.
I'm way out.
Chris-
I'm not even going to watch the last 4 qualifyings. I'm going to pick fucking fantasies picks off a fucking sheet.
Chris, do you agree with that statement?
I don't dare not disagree with it. Holy moly, Travis is fired up.
Yeah, dude, I'm
No,
usually the
I-
one who's
I-
getting red-faced, but holy fuck, he
This
is
is the
fired.
stupidest fucking thing
Let Chris-
ever.
let Chris-
Goddamn
God-
YouTube. Fucking YouTube. Davey Coombs,
Chris
you
is never
dumb
coming back on.
fuck.
Chris is never coming back on.
You already paid
No, I
for
love
the
it.
fucking TV people to be there. Just stream the fucking shit for
Are you
free
gonna
on
have a heart attack?
YouTube.
Your vein is-
no,
your
I'm-
vein is-
dude, this is so fucking stupid. It's So fucking stupid.
Okay.
And yet
Hold
they want to
on,
go
hold
out
on,
and say
hold on,
World
hold on,
Supercross
hold
is going
on.
to fail. Fuck you.
Hold
I
on.
bet you I can stream
Oh,
World
man.
Supercross, no problem. I bet you when the series starts and the series finishes, I bet I'm watching on the same fucking app that I watched it on when it started.
Can you let Chris talk, please?
Okay, go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, I'll sit back and get out of the way on that one. Holy cow!
right.
I actually don't disagree. I disagree. It will kill the sport. I think
Heart
it'll be
rate's only
fine.
76.
The problem where they went completely sideways with this thing is way back when they decided to switch to Mav TV Plus. And the other lie that Davey tells is that they didn't have a home for them. Yes, they absolutely had a home for the channel. It would have been the same. They could have broadcast everything on Mav TV, just like they're doing right now, and the streaming home would have been Peacock, just like in Supercross. But it cost a significant chunk of money to do that from NBC, which they had to pay, because their deal's not like the one with Supercross. With Supercross, NBC pays and then they sell the advertising, where Outdoor Nationals pays for the airtime and then they sell the advertising. So there's two different ways to do it, but they both make money. And I've talked to Dave, and he said it was profitable, but he decided, oh, these guys at Mav TV, we can cut a corner. We can own the streaming too. We're going to corner the whole market, and we're going to own the whole pizza. And before really looking at it, he went ahead and did the deal. Before we knew it was going to be a disaster, it was a disaster because Red Bull went, wait a second, our sponsorship we just signed on for, you're going to put us on Mav TV? We're not even on Peacock? Fuck you, we're out. And that's why Red Bull left.
Yep.
So Red Bull's out, Monster comes in, probably gets it on pennies on the dime. They're like, okay, well, we'll still salvage it. We'll still get our thing. And it could not have gone worse. With that said, had they just went with Flow Sports originally, I don't have a problem with it. And I think $150 is very steep. But I buy UFC. I pay for other stuff.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
a diehard, and I'm going to do it. But if you give me all 12 rounds and you actually give me – the only problem I have with Flow Sports is if I'm paying that much money, I don't want to watch your commercials.
Yep.
If you give it to me for free, I'll watch your commercials. But if you make me pay, do not cut away to a commercial. I paid, not you. I paid.
Mm-hmm.
So don't sell a sponsor. You're double dipping. That's bullshit to me. So
And
there's my 2 cents, guys.
And I totally agree. And me and Travis even talked about that. We go, look, if you're going to give us everything, you're going to give the interviews, you're going to do practice, and not only just, oh, we're doing the last session of 250A and 450A group, like you're giving us B group, shit like that. Like, it's justifiable. And like I said, for me, it's not that it's the money is the biggest deal, because $150, it's not that big of a deal. It's just the whole point that when is the last time, and I tried to think about this, Chris, I can't remember a time in the last 10 to 12 years, because I remember those days of, oh, we have to watch it on ESPN a week later or 2 weeks later, or I remember listening to the Nationals in the the early 2000s and listening to the stream from Rob Bitus talking over the announcer tower way back, like I think even DMXS used to stream these for a while way back in the early 2000s. I remember those days. So I remember going through that shit. But I can't remember in the last 10 to 12 years where we've had to spend over $8 a month to watch the outdoors. And like I said, I'm an outdoor hardcore. For me, Supercross is fine or whatever, but for me, it's outdoors. That's my bread and butter. But there's a lot of people that during the summer, and me and Travis have always talked about this same thing with numbers on our show. Some people just don't watch outdoors because a lot of people like, hey, it's the summer, it's nice out. I don't want to spend it indoors. For me, I carve my Saturdays out to watch racing. I purposely, unless it's a have to, don't do other stuff so I can watch racing. Same thing with Supercross. But there's a lot of people that will be like, I'll just catch the highlights and then I'll go to my local race or a race that's close. And that's what I meant, asked the question about effectively killing the viewership, because there's a lot of people that I feel the money's it's not the $150. It is steep, but I feel a lot of people are like, you know what? It's just not worth it. And for me, I even told this Travis, I was like, look, I'll go spend that money and watch the GPs where I get 20 rounds of outdoors. I get practice sessions on Saturday. I get EMX 125, EMX 250, EMX Open. I get all those motos and MX2 and MXGP, as opposed to, I get 12 rounds and I get 4 motos and an hour-long qualifying. That's just where my question is where do you think it might kill the viewership as far as like the average fan?
Well, I don't think it'll kill it, because you're still going to have knuckleheads like me who love this thing, and I'll talk about it and do highlights for people that don't want to watch the whole thing.
Yep. But
at the same time, it will. This is what pisses me off when these guys and Davey Coombs and Steve Mathis, they go, it's a niche sport. It is what it is. Well, it is what it is because you fucking morons keep putting it on channels with, like, you're not making it mainstream entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That's where World Supercross, they don't have that idea.
Yep.
They think of it totally separate. They're already in the works with a Netflix type series similar to the F1 Drive to
Love
Survive.
it. Fucking love
They're gonna. I mean, what? Wait till you see what they're doing. It's so cool. It's gonna. That alone will build the entire sport, and Outdoor Nationals can ride off the coattails of that. But as far as competing directly with it, if you want to ask which money I'm going for, World Supercross gets my money well, they're both going to get my money, but
Yeah, same.
World Supercross will be considerably better.
Chris, do you know? Have you ever seen? I'm sure you have at some point. The TV numbers for outdoors.
I have not.
Oh, okay.
And that's the
Have you
thing.
heard? Have you heard any rumors?
I've heard there's a significant drop off in Supercross though.
And Supercross is only what 300.
Something like that.
On terrestrial TV.
Yeah.
So
But with streaming, it kind of changes everything, and that's what's so funny to me too. Is when these guys say they didn't have the streaming numbers, and dude, I got YouTube numbers. Like, you're trying to tell me you didn't have numbers,
yeah.
yet you took on this whole venture. Like, how dumb would that be?
And
Like,
that's
I don't buy. Yeah.
And that's what me and Travis were talking about on the way down to Redbud is because it go, that's the thing. Unless they're gonna like, hey, this is just for outdoors where you're like next year, if they're sticking with Flow, because I don't see them going back to Mav, because Mav's just gonna be like, look, we don't want to put the money into doing this, making it better so we don't have these complications. They're probably gonna be on Flow. They really need to carve out where, okay, these are just for the outdoor guys, the people that want to watch just motocross. They don't want to do, look, Flow's got a lot of cool shit. I've never really been on their stuff, but I downloaded the app knowing because I'm going to do the special $6.99 code for the last 4 rounds and then cancel
Fuck
it.
them. I'm not.
I get it. No, I get it. I really do. I understand. But I'm going to do it because I don't have cable. I have just streaming apps.
You can come over and watch the race. We could be friends.
Shut up.
Well,
Nope, go ahead.
And I'm a guy that loves MMA and grappling,
Me too, man.
and they have that on there. And
Yep.
I'm like,
And that's what I was going to
oh,
get to.
wow, this is cool.
And that's what I was going to get to.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But I think that next year, hopefully, they have that idea that they go, okay, we know they just have the motocross guys. We're going to give them, a deal or whatever just to do for the 12 rounds or whatever. But it pisses me off when, like you said, when Mathis and all these people sit up here, oh, it's a niche sport, this and that. Well, here's the thing. Fucking UFC was a niche sport back in the 90s. And it's fucking worth $10 billion now. And they figured out a way to go from Fox Sports to ESPN. I'm the same thing with you, brother. I'm a huge MMA guy. Love it.
Dude.
Spend a lot of money, fucking $79, $80 for every fucking pay-per-view, the ESPN Plus. I'm the same fucking way. But don't tell me it's a niche sport when fucking MMA was the same way back in the 90s, and then now it's worth $10 fucking billion.
Yeah, you want to know how they did that?
Yeah.
I mean, the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, no, that's my point, and I think that's the same thing Chris is saying. It's bullshit when you come out and say, oh, and I understand we're never going to be the UFC. That's not what I'm implying. But it's just bullshit when you talk about that, and then you're like, oh, we're trying to grow the sport, but it's like, well, you talk about with World SX. Fucking Adam Bailey and all those guys are going to be like, you know what? We're not going to let this shit fucking fail. We're going to spend all this fucking money, and we're going to make it people worth it to them.
Hashtag reload rant.
I think you're right. I think those guys are the first ones that really have the attitude that and I love what they say. They say that, yes, it's niche as far as who competes. Not everyone's going to ride, but and then I hear the pundits saying, well, NASCAR because everyone drives a car, or fighting because everyone can fight. But guess what? How many people grow up on a bicycle? That's 2 wheels.
Exactly.
And this is motorcycle.
And
but it's about the storytelling. It's all about the storytelling. And like I said, the Ultimate Fighter, when it did that, it's told us a story. It gave us a reason to care.
Yep.
I mean, if I don't have a reason to care about those riders, then all I am is just watching dudes jump dirt bikes, and that's cool for about 10 minutes, and then I'm over it. I want to know the drama behind it. I want to see Hunter Lawrence grab the face mask of Styles Robertson and Styles say, "Get back here, what's up?" That's fun stuff. It matters. It's entertainment. Ask anyone who's ever been a part of pro wrestling. They sell stories, and it works.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, man. Like I said, same thing with fighting. I'm invested in fighters. That's the reason why I fucking watch it, because outside of that, it's just dudes beating the shit out of each other. But yeah, I mean, it pisses me off when people say that kind of stuff, and they're like, oh, well, it only appeals to certain people. Well, dude, with that fucking attitude, we're never going to be as big as we all know that this fucking sport can be, and it's just going to fucking keep failing and failing. And I don't know. I'm right there with Travis. Me and him always have these conversations, but it's just getting to the point. There's a lot of fucking people, that are not happy right now. That are not happy, especially they went through the same shit you did yesterday, Travis. There's a lot of people, they went on there like, oh, it says you don't have an account. They're like, I thought I was supposed to have an account till July 27th. And then there's a lot of people worried that they're like, oh, they still might keep charging my account. So that's another thing that everybody's got to, everybody pay attention to that shit too. Because it wouldn't fucking surprise me if they say, oh, yeah, like you can't get on this year, but we're still charging your account.
Yeah.
So I'd be, if I were anybody watching this or listening to this, I'd pay attention to that too. Because not saying Mav TV is shady, but this whole fucking thing has not been good for them. So
It's not a good look.
Dude,
it's not. Nope. Did we lose him?
Chris?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, bogus.
Ah.
Oh, bogus.
He was right in the middle of saying something.
Right in the middle of saying something, too.
Son of a basket weaver.
Yeah.
Oh, you still there, Chris? Chris? You're breaking up, buddy. Nope. Yeah, nope, it's gone.
Oh, and it left.
Wonder if that was on his end.
Has to be, 'cause, like, we didn't do anything. Can you hear?
It's ringing.
This is great radio. Oh, back.
Nope. Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We're back. We're back.
Can you hear us?
Okay. You guys there?
Yep, you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah. Check. Yeah,
all right,
no.
cool.
No, hey, I was about to say, like, literally what Mav TV is doing, I don't understand how it's not considered fraud.
Mhm.
And I don't know that it's, like, legal. I don't know how you could just take people's money and then cancel the service and not give it back. Or
Yeah.
I just don't.
Maybe I wanted to
I
watch
think
some
if
sprint car shit, and now I fucking
All right.
can't because they already canceled my fucking thing, so fuck them. I'm
So
fucking pissed.
So here's my question also, and this is another thing that we talked about. Has there been any talk since it, with everything that's going on with Peacock and Supercross come next year? Because I've heard that that's going away as well. I don't know how true that is, but have you heard anything, Chris?
I don't know, but I do know Feld is watching this situation play out closely, and they are making sure they don't make the same mistake.
So here's my question, because this is also just, now that since we're on the topic, before we go into World Supercross, if they cancel and they don't go to Peacock, we're going to run into a serious issue with who the fuck are we going? Who would Supercross go with? Because obviously they're not going with Flow Racing. Peacock's out. Okay, they burned the bridge with Fox Sports, or Fox Sports burned the bridge with them.
Hold on.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Are you sure Peacock's out?
Well, no, that's why I was asking you if you heard anything, because I'd heard the rumors that they were.
Well, Davey made it sound like they were out, but I'm like, well, as far as I know, Supercross is still there. So
Oh,
why
no.
would it be-
That's. I'm not going off of what Davey said. I was hearing rumors back during Supercross that, like, hey, there's a possibility. That's why I was asking you if you heard anything more on that.
I know they were shopping it because it wasn't that they were meant. The Peacock streaming service is fine. Nobody complains about that.
No.
No big deal. It doesn't matter. You can call it Fox, or you call it Sports, Peacock, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
As long as it's there.
Yep.
Where they have an issue is on the regular TV. They're like, okay, we're CSNBC, we're NBC, we're all over the place. They're trying to find a network that has a particular home on that type of TV.
Yep.
And usually they're sold as a package with the streaming. So I think if they could find another channel that would be more consistent, they would. And I know they were shopping it, but I don't think they're going anywhere after they've seen what's happened.
And I was about to say, that's what I was wondering, because, like, for anybody that doesn't know, NBC is trying to do, like, they're trying to make everybody go to the Peacock. Like, that's trying to be their thing. They're trying to do away with just NBC. So to Chris's point, they want to find on regular TV who to go with. And I know some people weren't happy that didn't have streaming, that, oh, hey, 1 week it's on USA, now it's on CNBC. But it's like, my question is that if it ever did come down to where that, like, Peacock was no longer an option, which doesn't sound like it will be, but if it does, I don't know where the fuck Supercross goes, because to my point, we're not going back to ESPN because, no offense, I don't know if we could afford that deal at this point. But
I think you guys are looking at it a little bit like, no, we don't need to go back to TV.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
we don't.
Like, honestly, who doesn't have a Roku or, like, I mean, yes, there's some old people that don't.
Yep.
But for the most part, if you find a streaming service that's good,
Yep.
and you put it on there and just leave it on there,
Yep.
people will subscribe, and that's it. If you stay on Peacock for 10 years, as long as I know it's on Peacock, I'm going to buy it.
Oh, for sure.
There's this amazing streaming service. We use it all the time. It's called fucking YouTube. It's fucking
Oh yeah,
fantastic.
Travis has been beating this horse. He just doesn't like. He just
Look,
wants it on YouTube.
there's another one that you could do. It's even better.
OnlyFans?
You can ask for well, that's a thing too. You can ask for donations. It's called Stitch.
Yeah.
All the gamers do it.
Yeah.
And you're
Isn't
here
it
to
also
tell
Steam?
No, Steam is where they download
Oh,
games.
okay, sorry. I'm not
Stitch
into that.
is where they stream themselves.
Okay, yep.
And you're here to tell me
No.
that those gamers don't get as many views as we get with Supercross
No,
or Motocross? Go fuck yourself.
Ninja gets 10 times the views.
I
we
was
get,
going to
yeah.
say, those guys will have streams that have 1 million fucking people watching.
Oh
them.
yeah. I
We
know.
are not going to even get close to that with our Supercross and Motocross at this point. We'll be fine.
Well, this
Well,
also,
and I think that's with World Supercross. I think that's what we're going to see. We're not going to see a local TV network in every area. I think they're just going to find a world streaming service and go that route. That's my opinion.
Well,
that would be
wasn't
the fucking
there-
best idea ever.
wasn't there talks, and didn't Anton bring this up, that like, hey, Amazon, there was talks of Amazon wanting to do
I
something
heard they
with
were
Supercross?
shopping Amazon for the
Yes.
series.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Is that
and
a
that would be a world streaming series. Like, yeah, maybe it's a package deal. Maybe that's where they do that and the show. Like, that's a world streaming service that would work for everywhere.
You think that'd be a
You
good
know,
idea,
you don't-
Chris?
As long as you can get it to everybody at a reasonable price, absolutely.
I mean, dude, if you want to go big time, the World Supercross ends up on
It-
fucking Amazon. How much fucking bigger can you get? Let's
Yeah.
be real.
Mhm.
I mean, I'd be all about it. I have fucking Amazon Prime. I don't give a fuck.
Me
I'm
too.
already there. Pretty much everybody in the world already has Amazon Prime.
Pretty much. So,
Yes, they're taking over the world, and I have my own thoughts on that. But at the same time, for the sake of the sport, yeah, they got to jump on board.
yeah. All right, so moving away from our reload rant here. Hashtag holsterco reload rant.
Bang, bang, boom, boom.
Bang, bang, boom, boom. Getting into World Supercross here. So Kenny gets
Firepower.
announced last week that he is going to ride World Supercross. $250,000 a round.
And I heard it was Firepower Honda.
The series is
Yeah.
paying him.
No, I heard he's riding for Firepower Honda.
Well, that could be a fucking
I don't know.
thing
If
too.
I don't know if that's true.
That could be a thing too. That I haven't heard yet.
No.
I have not heard where he's landing. I just heard $250K and the series is paying him. So, World Supercross in one move just checkmated the entire rest of the industry.
Well, I mean, they got Eli for the first round, so
and Eli's riding the first round too. I wonder what he's getting paid for that first round.
$10 million.
I don't think it's that much.
I know. I was joking.
So,
Well,
all right.
and I have to think Webb might end up over there also.
Oh yeah,
I believe he's talking, and there's negotiations, and they're figuring out what they're going to do. He's already on a Supercross only deal. And did you guys see in practice when they did the tribute to the great outdoor greats?
didn't really pay attention to it.
I saw it, Chris.
Okay, so they did this thing for Cooper Webb. I'm like, what? I get it. He's
Big
great. He's
outdoor
awesome.
guy.
But he's still number one. He's still active, and number two, they just did like a full tribute to him, and they're like, we hope we get him back soon. I'm like, Jesus, you want to talk about pandering?
Jeez.
Why don't you just pay him and get him back? You don't have to just do these little cheesy. It was very, very desperate, and I'm like, wow, they must be on tilt right now.
Big outdoor guy.
One outdoor 250 title.
Big outdoor guy.
Yeah.
So big, he is not even riding them right
so
now.
big he's been riding in the woods.
Riding in the woods.
Yeah,
Okay.
He'd rather.
Oh, go
It pays
ahead.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
exactly.
Dude, they just had a fucking 10K Supercross and 10K outdoor race at Chilitown.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the Chilitown Supercross
Yeah,
track.
but they had a 10K payout for Supercross and their outdoor race.
Uh-huh.
I was like, wow. I was like, if any privateer knew about that, they wouldn't have showed up to Southwick.
Yeah. So who do you guys think is going to be the first guy that Feld pays to race their series instead?
Ryan Dungey.
Jett Lawrence.
God, they would have to throw a lot of money his way, though, don't you think?
Well, because the world in World Supercross is smart. They're not going head to head with the biggest guy. They're squashing out the littler guy first.
Yep.
And that way they don't have to go head to head, and they won't have to pay. Feld won't have to pay for a long time. Feld is still the Supercross series, and it will be for a year or two or three until all these guys can negotiate their contracts to where they can get out and do the world stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Yeah, because literally the series paying Kenny, and this goes back to, I mean, Chris, have you looked at like the LIV versus PGA thing?
Vaguely, I've heard about it, yes, but it's crazy how it's very similar to what's going on.
Dude,
It's almost the exact
I was going to say, one of my buddies told me about it a few weeks ago, and I went and started watching a bunch of YouTube videos about it. Mirrors our sport. Absolutely. They're talking about these PGA guys that they're paying, a la what they're doing with Kenny here, to come over there and play. But then the PGA is much like MX Sports, and they've got the guys out there saying, "Oh, I can't believe you wouldn't want to play here for," and they use the exact same words, "the prestige and honor of playing on the
Davey
PGA
did
Tour."
PR.
Dude, I mean, literally.
Davey did the PR for golf.
Cooksey, you would not believe it. I'm literally watching this, and I'm going, holy fucking shit. This is exactly the prestige and honor of winning a Lucas Oil Pro Motocross 450 title. Oh, wait, except for I can go over here, and they're going to pay me $250,000 a round to fucking ride this shit instead, and I don't have to sit out in the sun, and I only got to ride for 20 fucking minutes for a main event. Like, yeah, no, fuck off. And it even got down to, like, I was watching some of the ESPN shows where they were talking about it, some of the clips, and the one guy was saying, dude, it's easy for these guys who are over here preaching the PGA. This dude's got a $125 million Nike contract. This dude's got $55 million fucking Reebok contract. This dude's won 18 Masters and won $120 million. It's easy to say, yeah, you should stay with the PGA. They already got paid. These guys over here who are going to LIV or whatever either have gotten paid but don't have quite those deals, or there's the other guys who are at the bottom of the barrel, a la our privateers, who are not getting paid at all. And then it's like, oh, well, if I go to LIV, I'm guaranteed to make a minimal, I can't remember what $100,000, $60,000, something like that, to go play over here. Where if I go to a PGA thing and I don't qualify, I'm out $3,500 that I spent to go sign up for it. So the mirror between the two is fucking unbelievable.
This just happened in Formula One. They tried to get Max Verstappen to go race the Indy 500 earlier this year.
Oh, really?
And it was the same weekend as Monaco, and he goes, first off, fuck that. I'm not going 230 miles per hour for that many fucking, miles.
Yeah.
And he goes, secondly, why would I want to go? Because they use that prestige of Indy 500. And the Indy 500, because I'm also a big Formula One and IndyCar guy, it is a big deal. It's the Mecca.
Big open wheel guy over here.
Yeah, I am. A big open wheel. Moto, fighting, open wheel, I'm fucking versed. But he goes, nope, go ahead, Chris.
Oh, let's say, and what you brought up there with the open wheel is what I think is going to happen with World Supercross and AMA Supercross. AMA Supercross is going to be very much like the IndyCar Series, and World Supercross is going to be very much like F1.
Which the IndyCar Series is still a big deal. It is, but it's not the level of Formula One. And that's the thing that Max was trying to make. He's like, why would I go do that when I can go and I just won Monaco, and for winning that I just won a couple $1 million. And I go win Indy 500, and I maybe just won 450. Which 450,000 is a big chunk of change. There's a big fucking difference between winning $5 million for one race and $450K. He's like, no, not gonna do it.
Well, and you guys notice the biggest thing about F1 is its growth in the last couple of years is they stopped being so secretive and they started allowing cameras everywhere and everything, telling the stories, and people that never have watched racing are into this like nobody's business, and that's what it's going to take.
I will admit, I'm into F1 now. Now, I don't like to sit down and watch the races so much. It's still pretty fucking boring to me because there's not a ton that happens, we'll call it. But I watch all of the YouTube stuff, all the qualifying highlights videos, all of the sprint races, all of the main races,
it's
the
tough when you don't.
videos.
Yeah, it's tough for the average person if you didn't grow up with open wheel stuff. Luckily for me, I grew up at a young age watching open wheel, Michael Schumacher and all that.
Yeah.
And it is hard because also, too, like there is so much going on with it. And if you're new to the sport and you don't know all the lingo, it is very kind of like with new people to motocross.
Yeah.
If they don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool, and I know
But I know what you're
plenty.
saying.
I know plenty about racing.
I know what you're saying,
but
though.
fitting that time into my schedule too is tough, especially because we have to watch the moto side
Like
of
this
things.
morning, I watched the Austrian Grand Prix. It was fucking great. It came down to the final lap.
Don't tell me.
No, I
I
didn't
haven't
say it was
watched the fucking highlights video
Good
yet.
fucking race, though.
Great. It's like Hunter's brother. He's a good fucking rider, or
He's
what?
a good fucking rider. You know what? Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen are like Jett and Hunter Lawrence
They're
right now.
good fucking racers.
One's Red Bull and the other one's driving something that's red.
Okay, so Kenny gets paid $250K per round. Chris, have you heard anything about what they're paying Eli for that first round?
I would have to think it's probably on par. So
It's got to be.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm honestly surprised that the entire Star Racing team is not going. Because let's face it,
Well,
what's his nuts who owns it is all about it.
It hasn't been announced yet, but maybe Star's one of the teams still.
That's true. We still got, what, 2 teams?
I thought it was 2 teams, yeah.
Yeah, he could still run a team.
We haven't heard anything else about any of the other teams really announcing riders yet, have we?
Other than Hep's going to have a whole lot of shit going on next year.
And you guys got to remember, too, this year is the inaugural year. It's not – they're not even considering it the real championship. This is just the kind of the hype year to get it going, to let you know this thing is for real.
Yeah.
Next year is the real first year when we're going to really be able to look at teams and break it down and talk, racing.
What do you think about? So they announced that first stadium, and me and Justin have been having this conversation a lot about, because Justin was like, "Well, dude, what are they going to do? They're going to go to these small stadiums and do arena crosses because there's no way they're going to be able to go on soccer and stuff." And then we see the first stadium announced, and it's a fucking rugby stadium that holds 75,000 people. Like, they're not fucking around.
No.
These guys put on. Have you seen the events these guys did in the past over in Australia where they just blew it up?
Well, yeah.
They know what they're doing. They know how to promote this shit. They're not scared. They're going to fill that stadium. They're going to have a big ass track, and it's going to be an incredible show.
It's going to be instead of the best way I think I could describe it if somebody was just learning about this. I think that it's not going to be a Supercross race. It's going to be an experience. They're going to make it such a big
Supercross experience.
I mean, pretty much, because we talked about with Adam Bailey coming from the V8 Supercars, what that started off at, what he sold it for. He made that, dude. That was a joke back in the day. The V8 Supercar shit was a joke, and then he turned it into one of the biggest fucking racing things out there.
Yeah.
Now, and this is another thing me and Travis have gone back and forth and not really debated. It's just had conversation. Do you agree with this, Chris? I believe, because there's this talk with it being World, who are they going to bring over from the GPs? Are they going to get GP guys? And we know that there are certain guys that are just not going to do it, like a Hurlings. Guys who might be open to it. Fevra. I don't think Fevra should ever race Supercross ever again because I just don't want to see him kill himself. But there are guys like Jeremy Sewer, who and I love Roman Fevra, but he should just never touch a Supercross track ever again. Jeremy Sewer, I think, would be perfect for it. Jorge Prado's name has been brought up. Glenn Coldenhoff. But then there are some guys that we know will just, they will not... They'll make the same amount of money just doing outdoors, and it's not worth it for them this late in their career to do outdoors and Supercross. But do you agree with when this becomes the second, third year when they really start competing with Feld, they have to get some top GP guys, or in my opinion, this will be just another version of U.S. Supercross just in different countries. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, but you're going to see these guys that are riding this 250 class that are young. They're going to start learning more Supercross. They're going to realize how cool it is, and they're going to go, "Oh, okay, well, this is over here now, so we better learn this too."
Tom Viel.
Yeah.
Tom Viel.
Yep.
What's that?
Tom Viel. That's my guy right there. That's the guy I think would be perfect for it.
And he's coming here next year.
Yeah,
he'll be riding Supercross next year.
I'm fucking excited for it. I'm a big Tom Viel guy. I think that's great. So, I don't know. I was thinking about that a while ago, and I go, it's cool. It's going to be in different countries, but man, they really. And I never said that they're not going to, because I know that they will. But I'm just going to be curious to see. And Dustin Pipes has brought this up. He goes, "Man, you wouldn't believe the guys that have been in my emails about names, not just U.S. guys. But I am really curious what GP guys they're poaching, names, because like I said, Jorge Prado's name has been brought up. Jeremy Sewer's name has been brought up. We know that Hurling's name will always be bouncing around there, but I think it's a little too late at this point. Not that he wouldn't do it, but I just think for him, he makes so much money doing what he does, he doesn't really need to. We know Geyser has always wanted to, to do the Supercross thing, came over for Monster Cup, whatever. I'm just curious what names have been brought out there. Have you heard anybody or no?
I have not. And I think they're trying to be very secretive about that because, one, they don't know exactly who they can get. And two, when they do it, they want to make a big splash. So I don't know.
Okay.
And they are doing well with that.
I'm just curious.
Fridays are their fucking day for dropping news.
Yeah.
Yes, they're definitely stealing headlines for sure.
It's funny because although they said they did not want to compete with either Feld or MX Sports, they're very good about making the news headlines almost every fucking weekend that there's a race.
Dude, if they...
When they said they didn't want to compete, they said, "We don't want to compete. We're just going to smash them."
Uh-huh.
I mean, dude, if there's a press release that comes off and they say, "Oh, we have Tim Geyser signed for the series," that'll set the fucking,
that won't surprise me either.
That'll set everything on...
that's a guy who I expect to be there. I mean, he's always wanted to do Supercross.
Yep.
Yeah,
So.
I expect to see him. Hurlings, on the other hand,
Hurlings
if they
is
made
the
that
one-
announcement, that might set it on fire.
That is the one guy that I think is very up in the air just because, like I said, he makes so much fucking money doing what he's doing. And he also still wants to come over here, whatever, do outdoors. But, yeah, I mean, I'm just really curious because, like I said, Prado's name's been brought up, Sewer's name's been brought up. But it's going to be interesting to see what guys they can get and then where it goes from there. If those guys go, hey, you know what? Maybe we dip our toes and we do both Supercross series. Because there are some of these guys over in the GPs that wanted to come over here for Supercross. They just never had the opportunity. Jeremy Sewer has openly talked about how he wanted to go race U.S. Supercross.
Yeah.
It was just the opportunity was never available to him. So, and I mean, he's early 20s, mid 20s. So he's still,
he could do it.
he has time. So I don't know. And some of these guys, I want to see what they look on a Supercross track. Like I said, Fevra, just don't go, please. But
man. All right, Chris, you got any good silly season stuff here before we let you go? Any good silly season rumors you're hearing?
No, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be too crazy of a silly season other than the whole Ryder DeFrancesco debacle. So.
Yeah, I know everybody has heard your video about that, but talk about that for a second because this is like, I don't know, kind of fucked up in my opinion.
This is fucking ludicrous to me how this happened. So Ryder DeFrancesco has been a Team Green kid ever since I've seen him. Like a little kid, he's groomed. I don't even know how much. I have no idea how much money is being pumped into this kid between bikes, salaries, travel. Like it's well into the seven figures of how much they've invested in this kid. And now he's about to turn pro. He rode his first national, looked good. I mean, he looked good. I mean, he didn't win like Eli, but he looked great. He looks like a guy who deserves a ride. Yet Kawasaki's full. He doesn't have a contract. So you just invested in this kid for, 12 years?
Yep.
And you're going to let him go on the first year you can actually return on that investment. That's idiotic.
No.
That to me.
No. Jett
What's
Reynolds.
that?
Jett Reynolds is a generational talent.
That's
okay?
by the way, that's sarcasm on Travis.
Totally not sarcasm. He is a generational. He is on
Kid
par.
fucking broke his wrist in press day.
He is on par with Jett Lawrence for
Oh my
generational
God.
talent. We
Just
need
'cause
to
he
keep
owns
him.
Jett?
Well, hold on, guys.
We need to keep him.
But you're totally missing my point. My point is either change your system to where you don't dump seven figures into a kid, or because I understand if they had 1 or 2 years into Ryder D and they said that no big deal. Hey, cut the losses, move on. But if you've invested, like I don't run 25 miles of a marathon and then quit.
Yeah.
Like you go the last mile and find out what's up.
Yep.
That is shocking to me because I've been openly critical of Jett Reynolds. Like he was a big deal as an amateur, and then when he got to B class, kid could never stay healthy, couldn't make it through Loretta's, had his issues this year. They keep pushing when he's going to come back. And I'm not on the biggest Ryder D hype train either, but I think that Ryder D can be a hell of a lot more valuable to
He
Mitch.
made it through his first pro race.
And fucking he was running top 5, very much more valuable than Jett Reynolds. So here's the question, Chris. Have you heard anywhere, and like, what's up with him? Like, has he been talking to any teams? Do you know? Because like this, I know this blew the news up, so.
So Ryder D's agent is a moron. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to.
Is it the same one that Marchbanks has?
No.
Low
No,
blow.
but that guy's an idiot too.
Yes, he is.
I'll tell you what. His agent is no Lucas Myrtle. Lucas Myrtle is the man. But his agent, 8 months ago, when this all came out, and they see the timing was going to line up to where he needed to turn pro, and there was going to be the seats were full. KTM wanted him. They could have started a bidding war and got Kawasaki to commit to him 100%, or got KTM to give him the money. Yet they go, we'll just chill. What? and so his agent just lollygagged, and now they're out in the cold. I'm sure.
Not
Not again.
again.
This
This is on Chris's end, though. The phone hasn't moved. It isn't us.
Oh,
You there?
Chris, you there?
You there? Hello?
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 Hello, Chris?
Hello?
Travis.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Sorry about that. That was my headset cut off.
That wasn't us. I told you it wasn't us.
That was my fault. That was my fault that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I expect him. He'll land with Husky or somebody. I think Ryder D set the world on fire. No, but he'll be a solid pro for sure.
Well, I mean, I really fucking hope so because Jalik Swole keeps getting signed. So,
Oh, you can't talk shit about him. That's Chris's homie.
Easy.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
not
Oh,
silly.
my bad.
Easy.
Whoa, sorry. All right. So
See,
let's.
if you supported our friends and watched and listened to their stuff, you would know
All
that
right.
him and Jalik are homies.
So can I go to the? So let me just go to the original Austrian brand then. Maybe they can take Max Volan's ride because they're trying to get rid of Max and VL's coming over. Maybe they can just do that.
That's my thing. Is they keep saying that
Chris isn't homies with Max Volan, is he?
they keep saying that Kawasaki's full. Like no team has ever paid somebody to fucking get lost.
Look. Mitchell in 2020 rode as
Like Jett Reynolds.
yeah, and fucking Joe came on as basically a test guy or whatever.
Who else do we have on PC? Who's hurt right now? McAdoo?
Dude, everybody's hurt. It's fucking Fortner, McAdoo, Jett Reynolds.
That's right. Fortner's there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
definitely be paying Jett to get fucking lost and just sign a Ryder D.
Look, there's places that Ryder D can go, so I agree. I'm sure he'll land somewhere. It's just the whole thing is ridiculous.
Here's the thing. Maybe Factory Cowie should just take Fortner under their tent as a Factory 250 guy for his last year of his contract until he gets hurt.
Maybe
and then
Fortner's
tell him
going over to
kick
Star
fucking
because
rocks.
the news came out that Bobby Regan always wanted to sign Fortner, and maybe just Bobby will sign him, and fucking Ryder D can end up on Cowie.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not even a huge Ryder D fan. I just think that this is fucking insane that he's not
No,
anywhere.
Chris is right, though. This kid has had so much fucking money pumped into him.
Oh, yeah.
Sponsored by Jimmy John's under the same fucking management group as, what's his name? The NASCAR dude from the
Yeah.
Jimmy John's thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kevin Harvick.
Yep, Kevin Harvick, like part of that management group. It's absolutely ridiculous that they're like, oh no, you're going to Redbud, and then you're going to go to because you're going to be at Millville this weekend. If I was him, I'd say fuck you. I'm not riding Millville.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but as an agent, isn't your whole job so the rider doesn't have to worry? They can just work on when they need to turn pro, and you figure out what rides are available and make sure that's available.
No,
Like,
Look,
no,
Garrett
no,
that's your
Marchbanks does
job.
the same thing.
Look, I bet Garrett Marchbanks has a lot to say about this also. Lot to say. I'm just kidding. He doesn't seem
Listen,
like the type
I love Garrett. Garrett is one of my he's one of my favorite guys. He's a Utah guy from like me, and I love him. But I told him I've never met his agent. I wouldn't know his agent if I ran into him. But I said you got to fire him, and he wouldn't do it. But I said your agent has screwed you, bro.
Oh, he did.
So,
I mean,
100%.
Garrett's doing fine now
Yeah.
outdoors, so whatever.
no, he's doing great. That Club MX team has got some good. They got some good chemistry. They're bringing him up to the 450s, and that's what he really wanted. And he kind of had his eye on that, and that's what they were trying to kind of leverage. And Mitch was having none of that after one win.
Well, and
So.
he's proving that he is a 450 guy. So I mean, he's having a good outdoor season. I mean, I know he's had his ups and downs, but for the most part, when he's gotten good starts, he's been top 10. So he's proven that point. So
Yep.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
The thing I worry about Marchbanks is he does have Atkins disease, and Coach Rob has talked a ton about what it takes to recover from that. That's not like a 6-month recovery. That's a couple year recovery, and I don't want him to run himself into the ground the rest of the summer. Like
Yep.
I don't know what's going on with him. He's had some poor results. If it's related to that, sit him out, let him rest. Just have
Yeah.
him ready for Supercross.
Yep. Totally agree.
Yep. So, all right. Well, Chris, I said 30 minutes to an hour. We're getting towards an hour. Anything else you want to touch on before we let you go?
Want to talk about some politics? I mean,
You want to talk about your friend Steve
No.
Mathis?
want to talk about Pumbaa?
Yeah, we
No.
saw Steve at Redbud. We didn't get to talk to him though. I was sad when we were doing the show. I was waiting to see him because I was going to interview him for the show. But
Look, we were really surprised that Weege even said anything to us.
Yeah.
we thought Weege was gonna be like no, and then
I really thought Weege was just going to walk by us. But he was super pumped on the Dylan Danger Zone shirts.
yeah.
Super
Yeah,
pumped.
I'll say this. I think Weege is pretty cool. I just think he runs in a shitty crowd. So
I agree.
Yeah, Weege is like the cool guy that hangs out with the shitbags.
Look, I wish I would have stayed there
Yeah.
longer though, with the hep thing because the girls were jumping in the
you know,
pool.
like
Oh,
every gang has that one guy that's kind of cool. You go, how do you end up in that gang?
Yeah,
You know,
that's Weege.
never been in a gang before.
Yep.
Weege was a super
Exactly.
nice. Weege was a super nice dude.
He was.
Weege was a super.
And I think he was pretty
in
genuine.
all fairness, we have not actually talked to Steve Mathis yet. He might be super nice to us when we talk
Steve's
to
a
him.
fucking dick.
It might be a
He's a
dick.
dick.
Look, and Rod Bell has some strong
Rod
opinions.
Bell. Yes, I don't know if you've ever talked to Rod Bell. He is on a similar page to you
Oh
with
God,
Steve
I love
Mathis.
Justin Rod Bell. That
Really?
dude. Oh,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Okay.
We interviewed
I
him.
got
and
to do an
yeah.
I got to do an interview with him. Then you guys will have to hook me up with this.
Oh,
info.
yeah,
I like
man.
Rod Bell. He's
Yeah.
really cool.
We did an
So.
interview with him, and we were bullshitting with him on what was it, Friday, when we were hanging out with Meshy or whatever. And he is not a fan of Steve Mathis. He is not. Neither is Scott Meshy.
Maybe we should start neither is Meshy, that was surprising too. Maybe we should start a Steve Mathis anti-fan club.
Oh, that'd be great. You
Like-
know, that's the funny thing though. Almost every privateer we have on here, they all say the same fucking thing. None of them can stand Mathis. The only and Chris can't see this, air quotes privateer that he's ever done anything for is fucking A-Ray And who's the other one? There was another guy that he did something for.
Chiz didn't have a problem with him, and Kev likes him because he's paying for a Supercross
yeah,
track,
well,
essentially.
and Chiz just likes everyone. That's just who Kyle is. But, like, that's the thing, Chris. Every fucking privateer we run into, and I won't name any more names, but off the record, they can't fucking stand Mathis. They
Yeah.
absolutely cannot stand him. Because at some point or another, he's talked shit about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, he's a douche. I'll give him that. So.
Big Pulp MX guy.
God, I fucking hate
Big
that guy.
Pulp MX guy over here.
Yeah, just fucking, whatever.
Big
But-
Craig fan.
Big ceiling, those big ceilings.
And-
Good. Thank you guys. Hey, thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. I do enjoy chatting with you guys. You guys get me to say some stuff I probably wouldn't normally say, and I say a lot. So
Yeah. All right, man. Well, hey, we appreciate you coming
Yes, we
on. If you ever need anybody for your show, me and Justin are available.
Yep.
We can make it happen.
yeah, I've been just flying solo lately, just doing the YouTube clips and keeping it chill. It seems to be working, but Travis has done it before, so yeah, it wouldn't be bad. Maybe we should do some sort of a wrap up sometime, maybe a season wrap up or something.
Look,
Yeah,
and if
so-
Hopper's on there, I mean, I know Coach probably is really busy right now. He's got shit going on.
Hopper's busy too.
What's Hopper busy with? Other
Have
than
you
the
seen how
9,000
hot his
thing?
wife is?
You know what? I've actually never seen Johnny's wife.
He's busy.
Dude,
He's
squirrel.
got some more kids to make. All right.
Does he? Is he making kids?
I'll say this: Hopper married up. I'll give you that. She's
Look, this
stunning,
is Johnny,
and she's
so
cool.
yeah.
Look, I saw
Squirrel?
I saw Johnny Crypto TikTok the other day. Came across my thing that they were on a beach and his wife walked behind him, and I was like, "Fuck."
Can I just say though that dude, I don't think Johnny really like. Maybe he does because I don't obviously talk to Johnny as much as you guys do. But, like, I don't think he realizes, like, how much people that are always thinking about him, that just want to shit on him. Like, there was some...
There's a lot of Johnny fans out there, too.
But to my point is, it's hilarious that people take the time out of their day to make these comments. And what's the old saying is all press is good press, or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, Johnny obviously doesn't give a shit, or maybe he does. But, like, I just find it funny that people take the time out of their day to purposely go... Some douchebag on Vital yesterday started a thing that just said... Excuse my ignorance, and then there was like a dot, like who is ... and then you open up the link and it goes, who is Johnny Hopper? And I go, how much fucking time do you have in your day to make a fucking Vital thread about Johnny for no fucking reason?
Was it Chris Cooksey that made that
Okay,
thread?
well, hold on. Let me explain to you guys about Hopper. First off, he's one of the best human beings I know. I love that guy.
Yep.
And Vital MX. So if you look at Vital MX and you look at the views on those posts, like a good post will get 10,000 views, but it counts people that go back over and over. So you're talking about 1,000 people reading that stuff.
Yep.
It's a small sample size of industry people that go on there, and they're fucking dicks.
Oh, they are.
So
can't fuck. My point is, I absolutely hate fucking Vital. My point is that I find it funny, and I do wonder sometimes if Johnny realizes that he actually is affecting people, that they're taking the time out of their day to write a post about Johnny just to shit on him.
He doesn't. You want to know why?
Because his wife's hot.
Fucking hot.
Look, show me a picture when we're done with the show.
I can't even say anything because I've never seen Chris's wife. She's probably a smoke show too.
Wait, Chris, you're married?
No. It would be ex-wife. I'm in the market.
Oh,
Wow,
sorry. I
Travis,
didn't know.
fucking dick.
He's got kids.
Sore subject.
We have not talked about this in
Sore
all fairness,
subject.
okay? And he's got kids, so I just assumed. My bad.
Hey, I was married when I had kids, so
Look, dude.
No, I've been single for a couple years now.
Oh, okay. Look, his Tinder profile probably has a bunch of smoke shows on it, okay? He's in Vegas.
Does it just have him with a shirt on that says "I am Chris Cooksey"?
Yeah.
I'll say this, guys. It's a different world out there, and I'm doing okay.
Well,
So.
good for you.
There we go.
Good
This
for
is what
you.
I like to hear.
Good for
This
you.
is what I like
Yeah.
to hear.
Oh,
so.
one more. Are you coming to MX of Nations, man?
No, I will not. It's too cold that time of year for me to go to Michigan. I'm just
What?
not going.
It's September.
It's gonna be 70 degrees.
Get
Oh,
the
I'm
fuck
sorry.
outta
You
here.
live in a fucking place that's 95
You
all the time.
Fucking desert
Do you
rats.
guys
Jesus Christ.
you guys not remember what it looked like last time?
Look, bro.
We were in October last time, and it wasn't really cold. It just rained a lot.
Look, God was not happy with the weekend of that. He's not going to let it happen again. It's going to be fine. It's going to be 70 degrees and sunny.
Don't be a hermit.
Listen.
God,
Okay.
Between you,
know
we
what?
can't get
You know
Coach.
what?
You
Maybe I'll come. I'll give you a solid maybe.
heard it
You know
here,
what?
folks. You heard it here.
Hold
Chris
on.
said maybe.
If I fly out there, can I ride to the race with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Okay. Then you got a solid maybe. I'm going to give you about 65%.
Oh, that's
So-
better than
That's
nothing.
better than nothing. Do you want to sleep? You want to sleep in my shop with
Look,
the
every
chipmunks?
time Kev comes here, fucking Kev just stays at Trav's house. So
Yeah.
in my parents'
yeah.
basement, it's great. It's fucking great.
Hey,
I got
whatever works.
Hey, I got a nice pole barn for you, Chris. It's well heated, and the chipmunks will be in here with you too. So you're good. You can sleep in here. It's fine.
on that note,
Free place to stay, free ride to the race. There you go.
there you go.
There we go. I'll take it.
I'm
All
sure
right, guys.
Luongo will give us media passes. So, all right,
whatever.
thanks, buddy.
All right, thanks, man.
You guys have a good evening.
Yeah,
too,
you
Chris.
too.
Bye.
Later. All right, Chris Cooksey, everyone.
You heard it here, folks. Maybe.
Brought to you by our friend Isaac over at Isaac Nelson Designs. That was a good conversation.
Holy fuck stick, you got fucking heated at the
I'm
beginning of
fucking
that.
pissed off about this streaming
Dude, that's
thing.
actually, you might have got more heated just now than I ever have gotten.
Yeah, dude. But guess what? Thanks to my Garmin watch,
What was your heart rate?
never above 72.
So
You want to know what's
fa-
crazy? The other day when I was sick, I could not get it below 110.
Really?
That's how I knew I was sick.
Yeah.
So
What's your resting heart rate normally?
I think my average is like 55 to 58.
What's the lowest you've ever gotten it before? Do you know?
I don't know.
I tried that one time to see how low I could get it, and I think the lowest I ever got was like 45.
I can look it up.
thought I was
on
dying.
the break here.
I actually
so.
thought I was dying.
All right, let's take a quick break here, and then we will come back, hopefully, with Privateer hero Kevin Moranz, talk to him about how his day went at the WIC. All right, next up on the show, we got Privateer hero, friend of the show, sponsored rider, brought to you by our friends at the Dirt Bike Depot. Make sure to check them out for all your used boot and other gear needs.
Goofing.
Yep, links in the description below. It is Dirt Bike Depot rider Kevin Moranz. Hi, buddy. Yay!
Yay,
How's it going?
It's going great. How's it going for you?
It's going good. I'm driving currently.
You have sand in your ass right now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, let me just say, the fly gear yesterday was sick.
On point.
Was sick.
Oh, boy.
All right,
Said flying where?
your fly gear was sick. Oh my god.
Oh, fly gear. Sorry,
Wow.
I thought you said something about flying.
Oh my
That's where I
god.
was confused.
Oh my
Sorry,
god.
boys. Sorry, boys.
We're-
No, dude, I actually thought it was epic too. I was like a highlighter out there.
Dude, it was fucking. I could tell where all the fly guys were. It was awesome.
Him and Max Anstie.
Yeah, no, it was good though.
Yeah. All right, run us through your day there at Southwick. It seemed interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, it was where do we even start? Like, how does somebody qualify dang near 50th and then go almost 2020 in the motos?
I'm not sure.
Your
Why don't
name's
you
Kevin
explain that?
Moranz.
Yeah, why don't you explain that to us?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. That would be like somebody qualifying 25th and then winning both motos.
It was bad. What happened in qualifying, dude? Like what the what,
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I made some changes in the second qualifying that helped for the motos, helped for the LCQ and helped for the motos. But my suspension was not quite quick enough when it comes to, it wasn't quite stiff enough for what Southwick had to give us. Obviously, the B group had a massive advantage with going first. It was still pretty smooth when we went out there, so I can't fully put that on the B group. Just got lucky because I straight up just sucked with qualifying. However, a lot of guys did go faster in the B group, which that's what it obviously put me back, and it put me back probably farther than I've ever been. So after first qualifying session, I knew kind of where I was sitting. I knew the track was definitely not going to be getting that much faster. So I was pretty understanding the fact that I was going to the LCQ. So straight up in the first qualifying session, I had a good lap going on my first lap, and then knifed my front end and dang near went over the bars, went off the track, and it kind of flustered me a little bit. So never got a good, solid time in the first one, and obviously that's when you had to have a good time. So second qualifying session, made the changes, got ready for the LCQ, went out for the LCQ, got a decent jump, started on the first corner, probably 8th, and then coming over that right after the mechanics area, you know how there's kind of like a little bit of a scrub roller and then a big scrub roller?
Yep.
So over the littler scrub roller, did I pass like 4 dudes on the outside, scrubbed over the big roller, boom, passed another guy, and I was in second right off the get-go.
Sick.
So just kind of rode it in, was faster than the guy that was in first. I was kind of pacing him, trying to find a way around him, but that's where I would like to say my maturity came in. And I was just like, dude, like, second is just as good as fourth in this scenario. It's not like I'm getting any kind of interview from this. It's not like Supercross. So I just kind of stuck behind it, rode it in for second, got it in the motos because that's what matters.
Yep. Then how were the motos for you?
First moto was far inside, which is the worst gates to be in because you have to go left to then go right. Got clipped going into the first corner. Then the dude that clipped me fell right in front of me. So I turned around him. Boom. 3 more dudes go around. So I stomped on the brakes, have to go around them. It was just mayhem. And then worked my way up and grinded till I got into the top 25, let's put it that way. And then I thought I was in 22nd and 23rd, me and Walker. So the last lap, I was pretty close to him. I thought we were going for 21st, 22nd, 23rd, that realm. I did not know I was in 21st, or your boy would have been sending it. But it's not like I didn't not try. It's just like I was pretty tired, made a couple mistakes, just kind of rode it in. And when I came off and I asked Jeff, because Jeff, I mean, obviously we're boys, kind of, and I, or at least like friends, because we both do the whole video situation with our stuff.
Best friends.
And yeah, best friends.
He's a big supporter of our show too.
No, I I gave him knuckles because it was like, dude, honestly, like I had a lot of fun in that moto because I knew I was tracking down Jeff and had worked my way up to him and I wanted to get around him. But when I asked him, I was like, "What'd you get?" And his girlfriend, wife, or whatever, I don't know what that situation is. I don't know if he's married, so that kind of dick move on me. But anyway, she's like, "Yeah, I got 20th," and I was like, my heart sank. I'm like, "Bro, you were 20th?" I was like, "I would have sent you off the track." If I
That's awesome.
Yeah, bro. So that was a little disheartening.
Not boys anymore.
Came off, and so this is a situation nobody knows about. It'll be all in the vlog. We came off with our bottom 3 clutch bolts out of the engine, not pouring oil, but oil was out on the engine because we had to swap a clutch in between LCQ and first moto. We had 45 minutes to do it because 450s went first. When we were putting it back together, it had already kind of been on the verge. The last couple rounds were the right 3 sides, so the bottom right and the top right, so the smaller bolts were starting to strip. They were starting to give.
Talk about the one from Redbud.
And yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So yeah, you guys were there.
Oh.
So long story short, they kind of fully stripped out, but they snug a little bit, right? So we were like, dude, you got to run it. So I came off, didn't even know it. We're doing the whole vlog recap and everything. Look down, and we have all 3 bolts missing. I'm like, oh, my goodness. So we try to figure out what we're going to do. We don't know. We don't have really many options. There's no threads at all, hardly. The bolts are just continuously turning. So all we had time to do is, because you can helicoil things, right? You know what that is?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
So, yeah, because we're kind of talking about that at Redbud. So we didn't have time to helicoil anything because we had 20 minutes by the time we realized it. Or not 20 minutes. We had a little bit more than that. But we didn't have enough time to successfully helicoil anything, right? And so we just wrapped electrical tape around the bolts, sent them in. They barely grabbed. And I said, I'm going to blow up a motor before I don't go out for this race. And went out, worked my butt off again, come back to the pack a little bit, got up to 21st, and finished right behind Stefik. So wasn't as close to the 20th on the last lap as I was the first moto, but overall, super stoked on the day when it comes to just putting myself close to the top 20 again, proving to myself I can be a top 20 guy instead of getting 25th to 28th like I have been. So good progress, not what we wanted, but moving in the right direction.
And you're tired.
And I'm what?
And you're tired.
Sorry, say that one more time.
And you're tired.
And I'm tired?
Yeah. That track didn't beat you up?
Yeah, dude, I'm exhausted. I can hardly move today. But the biggest thing, too, is, dude, I just had to deal with so much adversity over the day. I'm happy with the way I took it because Friday was a full day for me. I got there at 8 a.m., didn't leave until almost 5 p.m. So I had to do all my own bike work. So I obviously took the wheels off, took them over to Pirelli, stripped the graphics off the bike, put the graphics on. It's just a time-consuming process. Then had to swap suspension. So got all the suspension off, got all that set up, then went through and checked all the clickers, made sure I matched it up from the old stuff to the new stuff. Then had to drop the oil. Then we ended up taking the tank. I don't know why I keep saying me. Then I had to take the tank off, drain all the fuel out, switch over to ETS, get the mapping all that all kind of situated over, run it, get it everything going for it, whatnot, air filter. It is just a long day on Friday, so I was already tired and not over it, but I was just, slightly over it. And then, Saturday morning, woke up. Obviously, we went first. Qualifying one didn't go super great. Whether I was just lagging from all the work that I did on Friday, I don't know. But, it was just a tough day. So to come back, make it happen in the LCQ like I usually do, and have the best finishes of the season, I'm happy with.
Wait, was anybody wrenching for you on Saturday, or were you there by yourself wrenching, or did you find someone?
No. I had somebody help me on Saturday, thank goodness. But I'm talking Friday, all the work to get the bike ready for first qualifying session on Saturday was all me.
Kevin Moranz and Outdoors, just fucking...
Hashtag privateer life.
Hashtag just adversity.
Kev, how long till we just go Supercross only, bro?
Very soon.
This just seems so much like a better idea.
Oh, God. You start putting that bid in for the 250
Yeah, we'll see how it really just, it's going to depend on how Supercross goes every year. Because if Supercross doesn't go super great, I don't want a 3-digit number. So I'm going to be racing to get points.
Do you know where you're sitting right now?
I have no idea. I know I have 53 points overall, but time to start adding to that.
Yep,
God,
definitely
you
is.
and Jeff Walker just being the best of buds in every national now.
Dude, Jeff Walker, the Walker-Moranz battles are epic.
Who would have thought the Walker-Moranz battles?
I wish somebody had a video of our pass, because somebody told me about it, and I obviously remember it. So that same situation right at the beginning of the start, right where I told you I made that pass on those guys on the first lap of the LCQ?
Yeah.
Same situation. So I didn't even see Walker. I was really happy with how I rode in the second moto, because the first one, Walker, we were pretty much same pace. Second one, I didn't even see Jeff. I didn't even know he was in front of me. And then within 2 laps, boom, I saw him in my sights, more or less, way up in front of me. 2 laps later, I was on his tail, and then coming down through that mechanics area, I took the same line as him, and then he kind of slowed up to scrub off that next jump. You kind of jump right before you start going up the hill.
Yeah.
And boy, I went a line and a half over from him, and just sent it farther than him, almost kind of jumped next to him / over him, and then passed him into the corner. I wish somebody would have got a video of it, because that felt like an absolute G.
Felt like an Eli Tomac
Kevin
move.
Moranz just said,
Yeah, dude, I was like, that's what's up.
Eli Tomac is
Big
also
sand
Kevin
guy.
Moranz.
Big
best
sand
buddy.
guy.
Just every time.
Just best buddy.
But no, it's fun racing as Jeff.
Your best friend Eli lapped you a couple times too.
One time, not a couple times.
Kev's like,
Give me
whoa,
some
get it
credit.
fucking right. Get it right.
Don't worry, he's also tired today.
Look, man, just, you and Eli are always getting a lot of TV time together.
Yes, you are. So,
I appreciate that.
hey, man, it's all love over here.
It's all love.
It's all love. So, all right, are you driving or flying to fucking Millville?
Driving, because I'm taking my practice bike just in case this whole motor situation doesn't work out.
Ah, good call. Have we come up with a fix for the motor situation, or we're just
swap the motor.
We have some options to an extent. I may or may not in the vlog kind of mentioned, hey, your boy's been repping the same bike all the way through Supercross, 17 rounds, almost top 20 to both motos this weekend. Your whole mission for the KTM brand is boom, ready to race, right? That's their whole branding. Kev's probably the best one out there when it comes to just ready to race. It's a stock 450. I'm not racing anything crazy. So I kind of gave a little call to action to KTM to see what Kev needs to do to just get a new motor, because I'm running the same thing that I've been running since before last year.
Well, I think Roger will sell you one for $10,000.
Look,
Who?
Roger DeCoster. I think he'll sell you one for $10,000.
Yeah, probably. I don't want a mod motor. I just need a new motor.
Look,
Give me a stock motor.
I think they should just give you Noren's motor. He's not doing anything with it. Just hit up Derek
Ooh.
Rankin.
But I think I already know what their excuse is going to be. / it may not actually be an excuse because they might not actually have them. They probably gotten rid of all their 22 stuff, and they all only have 23 stuff now. They've been running that all the way since Supercross. So, not looking too great for Kev, but
This phone situation's a real pain in my...
Oh,
he's
he's
back.
because we're going to have... What?
Cut out for a second.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys kind of went quiet too. I was curious. But anyway, we have a connection to hopefully getting a case. I just need to start working on all the seals that we're going to need. And then worst case scenario, I think our first option is going to be trying to helicoil it.
Yeah, helicoil should work.
Short-term solution.
Yeah.
I mean, we've only got 6 rounds to go.
That's fine.
It'll be fine.
It's fine.
It's no problem.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. It's fine.
Well, technically 5, right? How many rounds have I done? Or 4?
No,
I've
you
done
still...
4.
Yeah, there's 5. There's 5. No, it's 6, actually. It's 6.
Well, yeah, there's 6, but I'm not doing California.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because fuck California.
So 5.
5.
Yeah, it'll be fine. He'll
Yeah,
make
it'll
it.
be fine. It'll be
Helicoil will make it. It's only
Yeah,
got...
I mean, KTM ready to race. They fucking can make it through anything.
It's only got to make it through 6 hours. I've helicoiled stuff in a motor and rode it for fucking
Look,
hours
4
on
strokes are, you can't grenade them. You can run them out of oil and just keep going.
That thing will never blow up. It'll be fine, bro.
Yeah, knock on wood right now.
I can't believe you fucking rode that thing with 3 bolts out, pissing oil in the sand, and it made it through that second moto, to be honest with you.
I know, low-key, I was like a little bit worried about it too, but at the same time, I didn't look into it too much because I didn't want to think about it too much.
He's lucky he didn't get hot
And-
oil
and-
splashed up on him.
Yeah.
And honestly, one of the main reasons too is because Southwick, yeah, there's some bad spots where you don't want to have a motor blow up, you go down pretty hard. But a majority of it is pretty small jumps, just singles and everything. There's not any leaps that you can be going down off of. So that was kind of a factor in my decision as well, as far as I'm just going to ride it until she blows.
You getting any help from Millville? Since you got to take that whole fucking bike apart and re-grease everything?
Say that again?
Have you already got somebody that's reached out to you to help you for Millville since, that whole bike's got to come apart?
Not necessarily. I don't really know. Yet.
Cooper.
I kind of had a couple options, and then both those options have fallen apart in the last 8 hours. So we are going to see.
Look, just text Tom.
How far are you guys from that race?
I don't know. A ways.
9 hours, 10 hours. I
Yeah.
don't fucking know.
A ways.
Interesting.
Just hit up Tom Cooper. Be like, dude, I need you for this weekend, and yeah.
Tom
Say
Cooper.
that again?
Just hit up Tom Cooper and just be like, dude.
No. Tom's going to be out. Tom has some extracurricular activities that are landing on his doorstep in the next 24 hours.
Oh.
He's going to be out.
What is that?
I'll tell you later. Off the air.
Gotcha.
Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you off the air. But
I think I know what we're talking about.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kev got it.
Kev got it.
Oh man. Hey, if you talk to your mom here too, tell her I'm sorry I haven't called her back. She called me on Saturday
It's
at
all
Redbud.
good.
Leave me alone,
Why
dude.
did Kev's mom call you?
I don't know. I didn't answer. I didn't even know until like Thursday that she called me.
Oh, that's weird.
It's fine.
Okay.
Shut up, Justin.
I didn't even
Just because these moms love me.
Yeah,
I'm a mama's boy, and they all love me.
why
Leave
do
me
all the
alone.
moms like you, dude?
Because I'm a fucking cool guy.
Scott's mom, Kev's mom, Rod Bell's mom's probably going to start liking you. I mean, fucking...
I'm
got any more?
I'm a cool guy.
You met Bobby's mom yet?
I'm dating a mom.
That doesn't count.
She just called me like the MILF hunter.
I've dated a lot of moms, too. Anyways, this conversation going way down.
All right, well, Kev, thanks for coming up.
Wow, it sounds like an airplane back there.
Are you taking off in a jet? Okay.
Yep. There?
Are you taking off in a jet or what?
Me? No, dude, that's my van. That's
Sounds like a
what I'm
jet
talking about.
engine, bro.
He's riding in the van with the window down, talking on the phone.
He's got the phone out the window.
Oh,
I'm just going like this.
Windows are up. That's the problem.
Oh wow, yeah, that was loud as fuck. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks, buddy. That was a shit show.
That was a
shit
shit show, but thank you. Maybe at some point we'll get these phones straightened out. Probably not. Wouldn't hold my breath, but hey, whatever. It's fine.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll see you, Iron Man, bud.
Alrighty, sounds good.
All right, later, buddy.
Bye.
All right, Kevin Moranz, everyone.
Oh,
Brought to you by the Dirt Bike Depot. The phone situation, it's weird that Cooksey could hear us pretty well, but Kev's always doing 87 things too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he's doing with the van right now, but it's distracting. I was holding the phone out the window like this.
So, like,
Wow. All right. God, that fucking motor.
Did you pick up on what he was trying to hint at there?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
So I said like 10 hours.
And I really wanted to be like, Kev, I don't have money to come.
We can't go to Millville and help you.
I would
bud.
really
I would
like
love
to, but I don't have money.
I knew exactly. It was like, well, how far are you guys from
You
there?
notice
like,
I did not give in to that. I was just like, yeah, we're ways.
So I was like 10 hours. It's not actually 10 hours.
It's a bit of a drive for us.
I might have made 3 extra hours on that.
It's fine. It's fine.
Look, I'd love to help Kev, but no.
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 No. Anyway, all right, moving on. Okay. Oh, shit.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. Talk about some MX updations.
Yeah, so MXoN here. Last thing we're going to talk about. All right, what do you want to talk about with it?
All right, so there's the news of the 250 drop down.
Yes.
Right now, we kind of have an idea. Eli and Chase are going to be...
I think there's 3 dudes that are in the running for this.
Yeah, well, because right now, our best 250 dude is Justin Cooper. But he's very up and down.
That's not going well.
Nope.
I'm out.
And, you got guys like Levi Kitchen in there who have the speed, but inconsistent
I'm
and
out.
young. RJ's fast, inconsistent.
No, absolutely not.
Hammaker, same thing, fast, inconsistent.
No, thank you.
So it's like, we got to stop being above this whole, we're going to, I get why they're trying to send a 250 dude, but we're going to above setting a 450. Fucking, they did it in Majority in 2016.
No. It's happening.
It's got to.
On the Weed Show, like, DeCosta really
They even talked about
said,
it with dipshit Mike Pelletier after Redbud. They're like, yeah, we got the 250 guys, and then obviously Will was on fucking Pulp and all that.
Yeah. Okay, who are the 3 guys here? Basically,
Anderson, Barsha,
and Craig are the 3 runners.
Look, it's got to be Barsha.
Barsha's who it needs to be.
So it needs to be.
Do you want me to tell you who I think it's going to be?
If they said Anderson, it's not going to end well.
I think it's coming between the 2 of them.
It's not going to.
Him and Craig.
It's not a good idea.
Him and Craig.
But why? Barsha was the first one to offer.
Let me tell you why I'm heavily leaning towards Ando here, and it's because Roger said, well, it's better when we have Mitch Payton around and involved in the team. Even though Mitch has been on record saying that, well, they don't, like, Roger never even fucking talks to me anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not like Mitch won't be there as it is.
But then literally Roger's on the Weed Show after Southwick saying, like, oh yeah, like, it's better when Mitch is there, blah, 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 whatever. I started listening to the review pod before we started doing this, and they have heard from a good source that even though Anderson went on Twitter and said, like, oh yeah, that'd be dope, I'd do it.
Yeah, and Weege was the one that broke that whole thing.
He actually doesn't want to do it.
No, he would just do it if he was in a pinch.
Craig, I think, would do it, but I'm not sure that's our best bet.
Not on a 250. Christian is having a great season, but he was never outstanding.
The best option we have is Barsha.
It's Barsha. Because he's willing to do it.
He's willing to do it.
He's been there before. He's won races. Granted, it was on a 450.
He wringed the neck out of that
and
fucking
he is
gas
the only
ass.
guy out of the options of 450 guys that suit the 250. And here's the thing. They're going to give the 250 guy the first pick for first moto. You're going to need a guy that gets good starts. So Barsha gets good starts.
Yep.
And you're going to need a guy that is not scared to run it in deep because he's going to be coming through the pack. And that's not Christian Craig. And I know Anderson will be like, oh, yeah. Jason Anderson, once again, was never outstanding on a 250 outdoors. People are like, oh, well, he's doing well on the 450. Doesn't fucking matter. His style does not fit a 250.
No.
Barsha still will fit a 250.
Yes.
And that gas is fast. This is our best chance.
Hey, Roger is head of the Austrian brands, so that also seems to me to be the easiest one.
And here's the thing, too. Barsha only weighs $160. He's not going to be. He's not going to be. Yeah, I know. Will, whatever.
$155.
155 to 1. Still, it's not. He's not going to be down on power.
No.
We know that bike can get off the line.
Yeah. That's our best bet.
It's got to be because this is our best chance since 2018, the last time we were here, to win this. Eli's going, Chase is going, barring anything. We send Barsha because here's the thing. Right now, the French team, if they get Renault back, is going to be fucking strong. If Hurlings comes back, the Dutch team is going to be fucking strong. We cannot be above this whole, we're going to sit. We got to send our best 250 guy. Look,
I don't think we're going to be above it this year. I think that's what's going to happen.
We just
don't have a clear-cut 250 guy that's good
and
enough.
This will be the first time that if we don't send a 450 guy since 2009 when we sent Jake Weimer, where our 250 guy was not top 3 in our own fucking series. Mm-hmm. Jett, Hunter, and Joe.
Yeah.
They're not going to be riding for America.
Nope.
So, and here's the thing, too. especially with the news that I told you. And
Can we dual citizenship Jett?
Doesn't matter. He's going to ride for Australia.
Can we dual citizenship him? Can we pay him?
You probably could.
Can we
because
grease the palms?
Calvin Villandren was from South Africa and he rode for the Dutch team.
Can we grease the palms?
No, Jett will ride for Australia.
Yeah. Can we grease the palms?
No.
I tried.
But I thought you had knew this. The talk is that Jett's actually going to be MX1, not MX2.
That I have not heard at all anywhere.
So the talk is that Jett's going to be MX1.
Who's breaking this news?
It came from Hunter's mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there we are.
Came from Hunter's mouth. Yeah, and
And we're in it.
Yeah, because they know that he's going to be on the 450 outdoors next season. They're like, why not put him on it now?
Yeah.
You know. So it'd be Hunter MX1 or Hunter MX2, Jett MX1, and Aaron Tonti MX3. Here's the thing. Whoever we send on the 250 is not going to beat Tom VL.
Nope.
They're probably not even.
Oh man, Justin Barsha.
No, that's why.
Cleaning out Tom V.
That's what I mean, though. We're going to need a guy that is not going to be afraid to send it, because if we send Justin Cooper, he's not going to beat Tom VL. Barsha wouldn't beat him either, but he would take him out. He could take him out and win that way. But they might not even beat Garrett, the second place, the guy, the other Yamaha factory team guy. It'd be stupid not to send it, because literally this is our best chance since 2018. Actually, no. This would be our best chance since the last time we won it in 2010.
Let me ask you this. I know it's a weirdo race. If Jett goes out and just dominates 1-1 in both races on the 450, does that add some credibility for you for his 450
Oh, it would for sure.
transfer?
It would for sure.
I mean, I know it's a weirdo race, and we've seen who's the other guy from the Netherlands there?
Glenn Koldenhoff.
Yes, win, both motos of his in dominating fashion. But I'm just saying, you get Hurlings out there, you get Tomac on a good year, you get Sexton, who's obviously having a good year.
Fevra,
Geyser, Fevra.
No, I mean, dude.
Yeah, and
here's
then
the thing,
and then
if Jett
Jett goes out
there
on his first 450 race and goes 1-1.
Here's the thing. If Jett's on the 450,
Let's just say even podiums.
because then you had Geyser in there too. Jeremy
Yeah.
Seward.
I was
All the
gonna
top
say,
dudes are. Jeremy Seward's going
You're
to be in
talking
there.
5 or 6
Paul's Jonah. No,
really
you're
fucking
talking like
solid
You're
guys.
probably talking 10 dudes if you were to add in. It's
Well,
10.
yeah.
If you would combine the MX1, MX3, it's 10 dudes deep.
Yeah,
if not more.
So anyway,
Yeah.
he goes out there in podiums, both
Cairoli,
motos.
Roczen.
Does that add to
For sure.
the
If he were-
validity of him going 450 and being like,
if
yep,
he
they're
were
in
to
trouble?
if he were to go out and ride MX1, because like I said, it's coming from Hunter's mouth unless something crazy happens, and he were to go out at this race and go 1-1, it would be a huge fucking statement. Now, like I said, I don't think there's a chance in hell that happens, but if he does, that would set the world on fire, because here's the thing, this would be the first time since 2010, when Villapoto and Dungey were there, since all the fucking heavy hitters of every country in MX1 and MX3 were there. There would be the thing, if Hurlings does race it, the only guys that would be missing from it would be Dylan and Marvin. And you could say literally the best fucking outdoor dudes in the world are all riding it. This would be the first time since 2010 where that's happened. Now, once again, you could add Dylan in there, so that does take a little bit out in Marvin, but you're not going to have every fucking dude. So it'd be just 2 dudes. So if he did come out, yes, that would be a huge fucking statement. And I'm here to tell you, if he does go ride MX1, he's going to try to go win.
Oh yeah,
That's why
he's not going there to lose, brother.
No, and here's the thing: if you have Hunter, if you have a Jett, Hunter, and
Dude,
Aaron Tonti,
I'm here
that's a solid fucking team.
I'm here to tell you, if he goes and rides MX2, he's going there to win.
He's not. Well, he would win. He could probably win his own class, but he won't beat the 450 dudes. Redbud's start is too. It's too fun. He won't come through the pack. Because here's the thing:
Villapoto did it at Bud's Creek, bro, and I know that's years ago.
Nah,
but
that's also Ryan Villapoto. Jett's not at that level yet. He's not even close. Ryan Villapoto's all the way down up here. Jett's fucking. He's got a long way to go. He's got to win 4 fucking.
Not over yet.
Yeah, but he's got a long way to go. Orion Villapoto at age 18 had already won 5 fucking championships, and he won 2 championships his rookie year. He won outdoors and Supercross.
Okay.
So
whatever, we'll see. But
no,
but if Hunter's saying it, he might be. I don't know. Maybe Hunter's just trying to throw people off.
And here's the
scent.
thing too: Jett would have to huck the leap every lap to be.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah,
that would be a thing.
Yeah. So right now, the MX of Nations, as much as everybody likes to say that they don't care about this race anymore. This race this year is a big fucking deal to everyone.
Yeah,
it's a big fucking deal to our guys.
Yep,
it is a big fucking deal. And we're gonna do a pre-show for it, even though we haven't done it in a while. But this year we kind of have to because it's in our backyard.
Yep.
I'm gonna put this out there now. because this is our best chance since we sent Ryan Villapoto, Ryan Dungey, and Blake Baggett in Ernée in 2010. Or no, St. Jean d'Angely. I know you may disagree with this. We have to win this year.
Yep.
I know that you say, and a lot of people, the talking heads, like to say that this race isn't a big deal. It is what it is. Supercross is still king. I'm sorry. We have to win this year. We have to fucking win this
But don't
year.
you feel like there's a high probability?
This is our best chance in a long time.
I was going to say, like 2018, we were all like, oh, we're at Redbud, and like we had a good team.
I mean, we had our best 3 guys that year.
Yeah, we did. But there's just something different this year. You have a relaxed, on it Eli Tomac. You have Chase Sexton, who's out to just try to prove that he's faster than
And
fucking everyone.
And we had Justin Barsha. He's going to fucking give everything he's got. But that's what I mean, though.
Well, I'm not saying who the third guy is yet because I don't know.
It's got to be Barsha.
It's got to be Barsha.
It's got to
I don't
fucking
know.
be. But say it is Barsha. We have to win.
Yeah, it does. Yep, it has to be.
Because if we don't,
I know it's bad.
it just furthers the point how far behind we still are.
Yep.
And if it's a dry race, which we're all fucking hoping it is, I'm just putting this out there now. And a lot of people always like to say that, oh, I don't have pride in my country. That has nothing to do with it. It's just we have to win this year. Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts. Because here's the thing: if we don't win this year, we're never winning again.
Yep.
There's no.
Well, never say never. Shit happens.
But would you agree this is the best? If we have Eli Tomac, Justin Barsha, and Chase Sexton, because outside of having J Mart as our 250 guy, this Justin Barsha would be the best option. What team would you see in the future that would be better than that?
Yeah, I don't
Then
know.
as far as Americans go, because obviously we can't have Jett and Hunter Lawrence because they're Australian.
Yeah.
And Joe is going to be riding for Team Japan.
Yep.
This is our best shot.
Poor Joe.
Yeah, I know. Good for him, though, because he's going to be the lead rider on the Japan team.
Yeah.
God, I hope they make it to the A final. I don't think people realize how big of a deal this is this year to these guys, because for the first time in a long time, our guys want to go to this race. And if we were to lose, it would just be very soul-crushing.
Yep.
And you'd have a lot of pissed-off American fans.
Yeah, what's new? So, all right, cool. Well, this has been episode number 208 of the Moto Aftermath Show. We wrapped up Southwick. Thanks to Chris Cooksey. Thanks to Kev for coming on. Thanks to all our sponsors. Links in the description below. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. We'll be back next week to wrap up Millville. We'll be back the week after that to wrap up Washougal. And then we got, 2 weeks off?
Yep, and then we go to Unadilla.
Yep.
And then the last 4. Holy shit.
And we're on the last 4.
Wow.
I know. Year's winding down.
Summer's
so
going by.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and we will see everybody next week.